Support local sports and check out Millwood Falcons football on Heart and Soul 92.1 and 1140.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Good, LW Good Football Stadium on the campus of Millwood High School for tonight's presentation of Falcon football, brought to you by SSM Health, St. Anthony's, and OG&E and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores. Tonight, it's senior night, and it's the regular season finale as the Knights from Crossings Christians face the mighty Millwood Falcons. The Falcons improved to 4-5 last week after a nice road win over the Star Spencer Bobcats, 49-16. Despite the record, this young team has continued to improve offensively and are showing signs of getting it together on the defensive side of the ball. With a win tonight, the team can finish 500 and have something to build positively on the offseason. To accomplish that goal, the Falcons have to beat the Crossing Christian Knights. They are considered by many to be one of the best teams in Class 2A. They are 7-2 after pounding Meeker last week, 49-16. The Knights are riding a 5-game winning streak and looking to make it 6 games tonight if they beat the Falcons. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the First Security Bank pregame show. First Security Bank offers quality personal service by experienced professionals that can help you accomplish your financial goals. They offer banking solutions for families, individuals, and businesses with a personal touch. Located at 1541 Northeast 23rd Street, and you can call them 405-424-4341. I'm Maurice Prince. You know this guy right here. This is Gary Woods, the coach in the box. Good evening to you, Gary. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, Mo. I'm ready for some Friday night football in the pit at LW Good Stadium, Millwood High School.
Let me throw you this way, Gary. When's the last time we've been home?
Oh, my God.
I mean, we've been West Coast.
Yes, West Coast. We've been down south.
Yeah, yes, we have.
Man, but it does feel good to be back in here on the campus of Millwood High School at LW Good Stadium, playing in the pit. Last game of the season for the Falcons.
Now, when it comes to football, sometimes the season doesn't go the way you want it to, Gary. It didn't go the way you thought it would.
Yeah.
So how do the coaches stay focused? And better yet, how do you keep the kids from a letdown in this final game when, in their mind, most of the young folks, freshmen on this team, you know, it's not, they don't feel like there's a lot on the line for tonight.
Well, one of the nice things about, you know, Coach Franklin is that we had the time to visit during the Millwood Falcons coaches show, and we talked a little bit about that. And we talked about, number one, what's the number one objective? Number one, we want to send the seniors out the right way because the night is also senior night. Number two, they are constantly in the evaluation stage, right? They're building this team. Here at Millwood, there is a massive youth movement, so we understood coming into the year that we would be young. And we're young, not just in football, but we're young in every sport across the board. So all of the coaches have the same attitude towards development, and it's all a very positive one. I want to say this is the first time that we haven't made the playoffs in 20 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It's been a long time, but it happens. It happens because there are cycles that come when it comes to class sizes and also budding classes. We have a large freshman class, and as a result of it, we have a lot of freshmen that are playing, and we have smaller upper class. So the motive and the direction now is evaluation, build. But what's beautiful is Coach Franklin said they have 10 starters coming back on offense, and they have 10 starters coming back on defense.
And it's a lot to build off of. And again, you always plant your foot down on the positives, and it's your job as a coach to keep the kids on that same page. Mm-hmm. They may think it doesn't matter. Oh, but it matters.
Right.
Because these are the stones that you started to lay down, or the seeds you plant that grow into something beautiful in the garden. And then when we talk about this in a couple of years, we'll say, Millwood didn't make this group didn't make the playoffs? When we look at the talent, when we look at the roster, when we see, yes, we're going to miss a Bailey Brown.
Yes,
we're going to miss some of those names going on.
Alonzo Henderson.
The Alonzo Hendersons of the world. But when you look back and you see the diaper dandies, as you called them, on
Xavier Thompsons,
you're seeing the building blocks of that can blossom into something really, really outstanding going forward. But you got to give those seeds, and you got to take your lumps.
Right, you got to take your lumps. But again, the future is bright because we have so many players coming back, and then also too, we have a large 8th grade class. I mean, I'm talking like 20, 25 kids that are going to promote into 9th grade next year. And so when you look at the freshman class and the 8th grade class, the future is extremely bright when they become sophomores, juniors, etc. And that's usually what we're used to at Millwood, having these great classes. But every now and then, for one reason or another, we hit that gap, and it just so happens that after a 20-year period of time, we're hitting a gap.
Right. And so it's easy to look at the negative.
Yeah.
But I always look at it from a positive standpoint, because from that point, you know where you stand.
That's right.
You know, as my old grandfather used to say, when you know where the floor is, you know how high the ceiling can be.
That's right.
So you hit the floor.
Yep.
All right. So now that we've hit the bottom, time to hit the elevator.
And it happens. It happens in every program.
Yes, happens here. Ask the collegiate fans. Ask Dabo Sweeney what he's going through at Clemson.
Right.
You know, ask Ohio State, who has an early season loss. So there are. I mean, it happens. So
Gaps
it's not. You know, now I don't know if it'll ever happen in Alabama, but it will happen at some point.
Yeah, there's a little something called recruiting, and Nick Saban that kind of help you to bypass that. But normally, when you have to grow your kids, like we do here at Millwood, or like some of the other small classes, you know, across the state of Oklahoma, whether you be in Washington or whether you're at Beggs or wherever, you know, when you have to grow your kids from the middle school up, you do hit gaps.
Now, that also as well, you also have to be good in the classroom to get on the field. So it's not just we want just the athletes. We want the academics to go with the athletes.
Goes hand in hand.
We want, as they say, red line. Is that the term here?
Yep.
They want red line athletes here.
That's right. The red line indicates the highest level. It's actually inside the brand new multi-million-dollar multi-sport that we have here, and that red line is where the championships begin. And so we all here at Millwood, when you walk in that building, we're all striving for the red line.
That's what we're trying to hit. Now, the field is in good condition, given the fact that it's a little cooler tonight. It's in good condition tonight. Game time temperature should be around 51 degrees, and the temperature will hold steady into the fourth quarter, not dipping too much, maybe to the upper 40s, 49, something like that, but it's going to be right around 51 degrees. Winds are light, blowing from the south at about 5 miles an hour. Head coach for the Millwood Falcon in his 9th season is Darwin Franklin, and the head coach for the Crossing Christian Knights is Jonathan Kelfie. Mm-hmm. And we will see what he has to do with his squad that is definitely playoff bound. And we'll talk about some keys to the game. Also get some idea from what Gary wants to see from this team tonight. Yeah, I got to put him on the spot. That's what I do. We don't just do it at Millwood. We do it at Langston, too. We're consistent. We strive for consistency. So we're going to take an opening timeout, and we will be right back in just a moment. You are listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by St. Anthony's, SSM Health at St. Anthony, Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores, and OG&E. We'll be right back.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options and lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
needs to double before the dream deal becomes a nightmare.
I need front end, back end, project managers.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
The Lions fell to Louisiana College by the score of 31-24. The Lions could not get on track, posting some of their lowest numbers of the season. QB Larry Harrington took ownership for the loss.
No, it's just better execution on my part. It wasn't nothing. It wasn't anything scheme-wise, anything the receivers doing. I just got to play better. It's always going to be on me regardless of what the score is or what we're doing or what we're not doing, because I touch the ball every play, so it's on me every time.
The Lions are 7-1 and fell 4 spots in the national polls to number 18. But they've got to refocus. Number 24, Arizona Christian, is coming to Anderson Stadium this Saturday. Pre-game at 1:30, kickoff at 2 p.m. Langston Lion football is brought to you by Gates Barbecue, Seasoning, and Sauces, and the Black Chronicle newspaper. Listen live or on the app, streamed by PPBC. It's Langston Lion football.
Hey, it is me, D.L. Hughley. This holiday, you have to be in it to win it. So get ready for Walmart's Black Friday deals for Days event starting in store Friday, November 5th at 5 a.m. Find great deals that make you feel like a winner. Score big on the Emerald Lagasse air fryer for only $39. Snag Samsung Galaxy Buds for $59 while supplies last. Get amazing deals at Walmart and bring great joy to those you love. Black Friday in store starting Friday, November 5th at 5 a.m. Walmart, save money, live better.
Did you know Cascade Platinum is so powerful you can load dirty dishes in the dishwasher without a pre-rinse?
More power, more clean. Cascade for your dishwashing machine.
That's right. Unlike other detergents, Cascade Platinum has 50% more cleaning power with enzymes that break down food particles. It even works in your dishwasher's quick wash cycle.
More power, more clean.
So skip the pre-rinse and switch to Cascade Platinum with 50%.
More power.
There are times in everyone's life that a little professional help is needed, and getting that help is just a phone call away. Counseling Solutions and Interventions is a contracted outpatient behavioral health and substance abuse program provider. Our goals are to assist individuals with healthy living skills, such as anger management, group counseling, individual counseling, psychosocial rehabilitation, substance abuse counseling, family counseling, parenting classes, grief counseling, prevention programs, and more. We are licensed and certified, operating with compassion and integrity, and we are contracted by most Oklahoma State agencies. Don't suffer another day with life's challenges. Call CS&I today and get the help you need. 405-601-6710 for adults, adolescents, children, and families. Call CS&I today. 405-601-6710.
Oklahoma City, Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores, and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company are proud to partner to recognize some outstanding students with our Student of the Month program. Our October Student of the Month is Anika Tinsley, senior at Southeast High School. Anika Tinsley has set the standards high in the classroom with her core values to success: academics, citizenship, community commitment, hard work, teamwork, and humility. For winning Student of the Month, she will receive recognition in the Black Chronicle newspaper, Heart and Soul 92.1 and 1140, Power 103.5, $150 gift card, and qualifies for the Student of the Year $10,000 scholarship. Congratulations to Anika Tinsley, a senior at Southeast High School, for being selected as our October 2021 Student of the Month. Brought to you by Love Travel Stops and Country Stores and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company.
Welcome back to the First Security Bank pregame show. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods here in the box. We're officially, what does that say, Gary? Is that 10 minutes up there?
10:50.
10:50 away from the start and kickoff of tonight's contest. The Millwood Falcons taking on the Crossing Christian Knights. You know, Gary, we talked a little bit about it, but this team has really improved. Over the first half of the season, the first 5 games, meaning Millwood, they averaged about 15 points a game.
Right.
But in the second half of the game, they've averaged 27 points per game. And I think they found a way to do something that we had been asking for all season, find a way to get the ball in the hands of the playmakers and getting the ball spread around a little bit better. How has that really impacted the success this team has been seeing over the second half of the season?
Well, it improves the efficiency overall because now you know what you're looking for, and you're also looking at the matchups that you want and how can you align yourself offensively to where you can take advantage of those matchups. So as an example, early in the season, they spent like the first 4 games just trying to identify who the players are because they're also, too, dealing with, they had some academic issues, and also, too, they had some injury problems. Remember when Ricky was out? Then when Ricky came back, Ricky Hunt Jr., when he came back, he didn't come back at quarterback. He came back at running back. Xavier Thompson had solidified himself by the 4th game as being one of the go-to guys offensively at receiver. Iverson McElwee settled in at quarterback. And then, of course, Lonzo Henderson and some of the others, again, became more comfortable carrying the ball as well as Cameron Carter.
Let me jump into that. When people say, well, what is our identity?
Right.
When I have an identity, what is my identity? Because the Falcon coaching staff came in with a belief of what they thought this team was.
Right.
And then in the middle of the season, you had to adjust on the fly. All too often in high school football, I'm not talking about here at the Wood, but I'm talking about in high school football overall, the coaching staff is relentless, and not relentless, refuses to make the adjustments that give the team chances to win. How did the coaches make that adjustment here so successful? And I'm not saying you're like, well, you didn't make the playoffs. Well, you made an adjustment. You were more competitive in games, and that's what you really wanted. You want to give your kids a chance to win.
So when you're in the off season or when you're early in the season, you have a system that you perhaps carried over from last year with last year's talent. And so when you're running those plays on air, it looks good. And then when you have a small roster of about 45 players and you got a lot of freshmen playing, that means that on the scout team, you're going up against some younger players, lesser developed players, and guess what? It looks good. But then when you begin to match up against players or teams that are equally talented or maybe a little bit more physically mature than you, it don't look so good. So then you have to have the flexibility to make the necessary adjustments to say, hey, what can we do to become more competitive? You begin that evaluation process. You know what? It takes a lot of courage to self-reflect as a coach and say, hey, are we putting the players in the right places? Are we asking them to do what they're capable of doing? And then also, too, do we need to take our massive playbook and do we need to streamline it to where we can get good at doing a few things well? There's no need in having a big playbook if you can't do things well. It's better that you run 10 or 15 plays very well and can execute that than to be inefficient.
And one of the great assets or great characters of Darwin Franklin, the head coach, is he believes in chopping wood.
Yeah,
in other words, we chop the wood until the tree falls.
Yep.
We move on after we get the tree down.
Yep.
We don't put the cart in front of the horse.
That's right.
We have to go through this process, and he truly believes that. I always have respected him for that process. He doesn't shy away from it. It's not. Now, here's the thing. It's not always the most fun for coaches.
No, it's not.
It's not, because you spend more time on fundamentals.
Yep.
You spend more time on technique.
Yep.
And then of constant repetition that you get that, get it learned, as they say, muscle memory and all that other stuff.
You got to get it repped.
But, when you get planted all those seeds, we talked about it already. I mean, the Garden of Eden is on the other side.
It is.
And the difficulty, if the coaches didn't do it, is this a fair assessment? If the coaches didn't lay those tracks down now and we were going through this next year, would it be an indictment on the players or it's an indictment on the coaches?
It would be an indictment on the coaches. So you would need to recognize a couple of things. Number one, not only are we playing with young players that are a little bit underdeveloped in terms of their maturity, their age, football IQ wise, perhaps, to maybe a lesser extent. But one thing that we're overlooking is that this freshman class, the largest class that we have on the football team, that is talented, they didn't play a season last year, and we have to remember that. So that's 10 games or maybe 8 games of game experience that they lost. You know, they had a 7th grade year, they skipped the 8th grade, they skipped an entire 8th grade year, went into a freshman class and saying, hey, glad you're here, guess what, we need you to play too. And so, again, you're talking about that 1 year of development being vital to the development of those players. Now you go back, you teach the fundamentals, you coach the fundamentals. This is an investment year. And Coach Franklin will tell you that. Coach Woods, the defensive coordinator, will tell you that. This is an investment year. And so, again, they'll start the process again when the next group comes into the high school. And as a result of that, you're going to have a different-looking team as it begins to grow.
Now, when we start looking at this game tonight, this is kind of how it lines up, folks. If I'm crossing Christian tonight, the game plan is quite simple. Limit the mistakes. Put away early. Put the Falcons away early. You know, take the starch out the collar.
Yep.
You don't want this game going into the fourth quarter. And number 3 for crossing Christian, the Knights, avoid injury.
Yeah.
That's what they want. They're going to the playoffs.
They know they're going to the playoffs.
Now, if you're the Falcons on the other side of that, Gary, what do you feel it is?
Well, you want to finish out with some fantastic momentum, preparing to go into spring football, because oftentimes people think about the fall, but there's going to be a spring football where we're going to actually get a first look at some of these younger players. Number 2, you want to continue to build on your identity, because when you look in that backfield, with the exception of Henderson, you're going to have everybody back. When you look on the offensive line, you're going to have most of those guys back. And so you want to continue to build that identity and be fundamental and take those key learnings from this year and begin to expand on that. And then the third thing is going to be, hey, let's go out here and play an aggressive level of football. Let's minimize our mistakes. Let's protect the football, and let's get our players matched up on their players and see if we can make some plays and get in the end zone.
You know, I would like to add 2 more to that. I would say have fun.
Yep.
Ultimately, have fun. And then my last thing is empty the basket.
Don't leave nothing. Don't take nothing home with you.
So, in other words, the season ends tonight.
Yep.
This is a playoff. I'm not saying it's a playoff game, but it's the last game of the season.
Right.
So, that being said, empty the chamber. Like you said, don't go home with an extra tackle in your pocket.
That's right.
Don't go home with a little extra effort that you could have put out of this game.
Yep.
To me, this is the tape that you want to build off of next year of what we're doing.
Yep.
And that's what we're truly about.
And you know something else, too, Mo? For the seniors, they're playing. Some of them are wanting to go and play college ball. And so this is their last opportunity to put something on film that, you know, can be shown to a college recruiter that will perhaps help them take that next step in their collegiate career if they choose to go and play beyond high school.
Yeah, Gary's absolutely right about that, and they don't want to pass up the opportunity, and we don't want to miss the opportunity to call it.
That's right.
We're literally minutes away from kickoff, folks. We're going to take our final timeout. We'll be right back. It'll be game time. Millwood versus Crossings Christians. Falcons versus Knights. That's all coming up next. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores, SSM Health St. Anthony, and OG&E. See you in a minute.
The Lions fell to Louisiana College by the score of 31-24. The Lions could not get on track, posting some of their lowest numbers of the season. QB Larry Harrington took ownership for the loss.
No, it's just better execution on my part. It wasn't nothing. It wasn't anything scheme-wise, anything the receivers doing. I just got to play better. It's always going to be on me regardless of what the score is or what we're doing or what we're not doing, because I touch the ball every play, so it's on me every time.
The Lions are 7-1 and fell 4 spots in the national polls to number 18. But they've got to refocus. Number 24, Arizona Christian, is coming to Anderson Stadium this Saturday. Pre-game at 1:30, kickoff at 2 p.m. Langston Lion Football is brought to you by Gates Barbecue, Seasoning and Sauces, and the Black Chronicle newspaper. Listen live or on the app, streamed by PPBC. It's Langston Lion Football.
Welcome back to The Good. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods. We're officially ready for kickoff as the Falcons are set to take the field here, Gary. The energy in this building is always good. They always are serving good food. It's still a good night to come out and get some of that good food and also be a part of the energy that's here at LW Good Football Stadium.
Yeah, this is the best concession stand in Oklahoma City. And in addition to that, we have food trucks out here. The kitchen, the food truck by the kitchen, by B&B Catering, is sitting here in the south end zone. You can come and get a fish basket, pork chop basket, chicken wings.
In other words,
hot links.
In other words, don't leave you out.
And it's a beautiful night. You know, it's a beautiful November night as well, Mo.
Yes, it is. And we expect to have good action tonight. Again, Crossing Christian's 5-game winning streak. And if you're the Falcons, you come out the gate swinging. You don't allow them to get up early because that's what they want to do.
Right.
They want to coast and get through this night. They don't want a long evening of football. That's not what they really want. That's just my thought. I don't know about you.
No, I agree with you, Mo. I mean, you want to come out swinging and you want to play your best football and you want to finish the season on a high note, most definitely. And also, too, the coaches are still evaluating. So, again, we're looking at how things are going to be set as they go into the spring as well.
Now, of course, one of the things we also talked about, new system, new things like that.
Yeah.
Donovan Woods installing a new system on the defensive side. It looked like during Star Spencer they might have started to see some things. And again, it's about the cerebralness of the players being able to visualize the play as well as just lining up. Lining up correctly is an important detail,
right.
But being able to know, hey, I didn't line up correctly. All those things matter.
Well, and also, too, the ability to self-correct, right? I mean, on the fly. And then also, too, again, every game this team gets better, and repetitions are important for young players. And also, too, it's a system, and it's a simplified system, but again, it's definitely different, and it's being taught in a different way compared to last year.
No question about that. From our vantage point, Crossing Christian won the toss, but they've chosen to defer, so the Falcons will get the ball first, coming from the north end zone here in just a minute. And it's time to get Falcon football started tonight. And I was looking to see if Xavier was out there, and of course,
yes, he is.
I see Xavier Thompson back there, out there. And one of the things about it, their special teams has been special for Millwood. Isaiah Leonard's been a special tonight. It has been a special player. You've been able to see so much that he's able to do. So, Gary, I'm excited to see if they make the mistake and kick the ball off to them.
Well, and then also, too, the deepest of the backs is Ricky Hunt. But they kicked it over to a high onside over to McElwee, and he fair caught the ball on the 30-yard line.
So the kick is away. Ball's going to be fair caught at the 30-yard line by McElwee. 1st and 10 for the Falcons. So, Gary, now what do we want to do with the Falcons on the first drive? To me, on a team like this, you come out, first down is the main goal, sustain the drive.
Yeah, just move the chains, incremental success, be patient, protect the football, and execute. Let's try not to have any busts, try not to put the ball on the ground.
All right, going to work right now. Going to work. They come out in a full house backfield right now. 3 backs in the backfield. Ball is snapped, and they're going to hand the ball off. Cutting upfield is number 45, and that looks like hit the man Henderson. Henderson tries to turn the corner. They're going to say no gain on the play, 2nd down.
Yeah, they had the diamond formation. They motioned Ricky out of the backfield to see if it would cause a shift in the defense, and then ran that inside zone over the left side. Nothing there.
Nothing there this time, so it's going to be 2nd down and 10. Officially right now, 11:34 to go before the end of the first quarter. Diamond formation once again, 2 receivers split. Ball is snapped. Well, a running back comes in motion, setting up a pistol.
Yeah.
Ball is snapped, and they're going to pitch the ball to the outside, and Ricky Hunt's trying to get there, but Crossing Christian and the Knights are in the backfield, busting up the play, and down he goes at the hands of number 77, Cooper Mullaney, making the play for the Knights.
Yeah, 1st down and then 2nd down, the Knights had a run blitz dialed up. And they're playing a 4-3, multiple floor 3 kind of a look. And so, again, yeah, it definitely looks like the Falcons are going to have to change their formation to pull some of these guys out of the box.
Spread formation this time, not communicating well on the play, and that's going to result in nothing going on, maybe a loss of 1, setting up 4th down and 20. That something didn't look right from the snap on that play there, Gary.
Yeah, it was a busted play, and the ball was snapped to McElwee before he was ready. The the offense didn't even move, and so he found himself holding the ball and no one moving around him.
Okay, 4th down and 20. They're going to kick the ball, punt the ball away. Standing at about the 44-yard line is the deep returner for the Knights. Can't make out his number from this angle. Ball's up. Henderson's kick is blocked, and it's going to be recovered by Millwood and then down in immediately by Darius Jones at the 10-yard line, or make that the 11.
Yeah, the timing of that entire play was off. I mean, the snap was very high, and in addition to that, you know, the Crossings Christian went after it and was able to get the block.
So the ball was blocked, so nothing doing there. He's going to put the ball now back at the 11-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Knights. And 1st and 10. Ball snap. They're going to move the ball and pitch it to the outside. Great pursuit by the Falcon defense, but no tackling being made as the ball ends up in the hands of Silas Ward, who takes the ball down inside the 10, down to about the 6-yard line.
The Falcons opened up in a 3-4 defense where there was basically 8 in the box, or 7 in the box, and the pursuit was good, but you have to finish it off with a tackle.
Drew Wood is the starting quarterback for Crossing Christian, and they do a multiple spread offense, do the Knights, and they attack the edges quite well, and they catch you, as I say, with a lot of smoke and mirrors. 4 receivers now, trips to the right side, single back formation. Inside slot receiver comes in motion. They're going to hand it off on a reverse as he tries to turn the corner, but the Falcon defense is there, but having trouble bringing him down as Mason Snyder is taking the ball down inside the 5 now.
Yeah.
It's going to be 1st and goal now. I think they're going to put the ball at the 3.
Alonzo Henderson had a good angle, but, you know, again, he didn't break down on the tackle and he overran it. He has to shuffle his feet. That could have potentially been a tackle for loss if he would have made that play.
Okay, so that is not a 1st down, so it's going to set up 3rd down and 2 now. So the Falcons needs to get off the field right now with a chance, and I think this is 4-down territory from Crossing Christians. They're not going to waste any time.
Right.
3 receivers, twins to the left side. Drew Wood in shotgun. He's going to throw the ball. Throws it to the outside for a corner route. The pass is well defended and broken up by the Falcons in the end zone. Nice job there in the area down there was number 80 for the Falcons. Asher Earl was down there.
Yeah, and Isaiah Leonard was actually the defensive back on coverage and did a good job of getting his hand in there at the last minute, deflecting that ball away.
Pass incomplete, so it's going to be 4th down and 2. A chance for the Falcon defense to make a statement here early in this game. 8:33 to go, 0-0 is the score.
And quarterback keeper.
Quarterback keeper, and he's going to get down in the backfield.
But we got to
bring him down.
They didn't get in, and we got a flag, Mo.
We got multiple things going on as Mason Snyder ended up doing it. They were doing the Wild Knight.
Yep.
Whatever version of Wildcat you are, substitute any synonym you want.
Yep.
But there's a penalty on the field against the Knights. That penalty is declined. Turnover on downs. It's Falcon football inside the 10-yard line, Gary. What a stand there.
Yeah, it was. Frank Smith, he kind of saw that quarterback keeper all the way. Did a great job of getting penetration and disrupting that play at the beginning. And then, of course, the host of Falcons were there to definitely keep, you know, the Knights from getting into the end zone. So, again, good job by the Falcons establishing themselves defensively. Let's see what they could do offensively to get themselves off the goal line.
2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers. Ball's going to be flung to the outside of Xavier Thompson. Xavier Thompson with the reception, taking the ball out to the 12-yard line. Nice play. Nice throw there by McElwee.
Yeah, McElwee dropped back and saw Xavier Thompson coming across on the slant play, and he actually led it perfectly, threw the ball right in the window. And, of course, the Diaper Dandy did a good job of catching and going upfield.
Taking the ball to the 8-yard line now. It's going to set up now. 2nd down and about 6, gain of 4. Ball snap. McElwee's going to do a quarterback sweep to the outside. Nothing doing there. As again, Crossing Christian played the line well. They did not cross and waited on McElwee to come to him. And I think he might have gained. Did he get a gain of 1 or 2?
No, he actually.
Yes, they moved the ball out to the 10-yard line.
So he got forward progress?
Oh, yeah, he got forward progress there. So a gain of 2 out to the 10.
Third down and about 5.
Third down and 4. Full diamond formation, 2 receivers now. Ball is snapped. McElwee's going to hand it up to Henderson. Henderson powers down and gets a gain of maybe 2 out to the 12-yard line, but it's not going to be enough for a first down. Falcons going to have to punt the ball.
I tell you what, this time as they come up to punt the ball, they need to definitely max protect, because if there was ever a time that Crossings is going to go for the punt block, it's going to be on this punt.
You're feeling that pretty strongly.
Yeah, I kind of feel it kind of crawling up my back, Mo.
No, is that what that is?
Yeah, that's
I
what
thought
that
it was the cold wind. All right, going to work right now. Henderson standing on the goal line with 6:40 to go in the first quarter.
Got to get a good snap.
And they put the 25 on the clock, and Henderson kicks it away.
Oh, just
low end kick, and is going to be scooped up and returned by number 4, Logan McGowan. He is lit.
Yeah, by Cameron Carter.
By Cameron Carter on the return. It's going to be brought down at the 42-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Knights. But the kick at least was away safely this time, Gary.
Yeah, it was. I mean, again, I still would like to see them shore up that protection, because that left side is a little vulnerable. And so if they're going to be sending that punt block off off of the Crossing Christians right side, we need to make that adjustment.
Right. Here we go. 4 receivers now. Shotgun, single back. They're going to throw it to the outside, and that pass is going to be caught by Mason Snyder. Snyder wheels and deals inside the 30. It's going to be enough for a Knight first down. See if they're going to mark it at the 28-yard line. Or they're going to put Paul at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, Crossings did a good job, play action, and had a receiver out in the flat sitting there wide open. Again, that's one of the things that you get when you go to a 3-4 defense, is that you don't necessarily have the underneath coverage support from the outside linebackers like you normally would if you were in a 4-3.
4 receivers, trips to the right side. We've got Wood in shotgun formation. He claps for it. Ball's handed off, going right up the middle. And carrying the ball is number 24, Silas Ward. Maybe gets a gain of 2, or maybe a gain of 1 down to the 26.
Okay, so Mo, when we call other games and we talk about defensive line technique, we talk about how important it is to stop at the heel line. This is one of those situations. When you're running a 3-4 defense, it's important that you, number one, win the line of scrimmage, stop at the heel line, but it's equally as important that you get side to side, be able to get flat and run sideline to sideline versus running upfield.
4 receivers again, trips to the right side, and getting across the line and making contact this time. It looks like they're going to call that penalty on Carlos Strong.
Yeah, he's a little anxious.
That's going to move the ball 5 yards in. Ball's going to be inside the 25-yard line. They're going to spot it now at the 21 following the penalty there.
Yeah, I think so. The Falcons, it appeared based upon, the jump, that there was some sort of nose guard linebacker twist play that the defensive coordinator, Coach Donovan Woods, dialed up.
All right, ball snapped. Woods going to put it up. He rolls right, throws it to the outside. That pass is caught. It's going to be enough for a first down as Lowen McGowan scoots out of bounds. They're going to move the chains. It's going to be a first down for the Knights at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, again, the soft area that you're going to give up when you're running a 3-4 is the soft flats on the outside, because you're playing a too-high safety look. You're more than likely going to be in a cover 4. The only way to combat that is to run a cover 2 sort of coverage so that you can have a corner sitting in the sitting in the flats, but I don't think that would be the case.
4 receivers, trips to the left. This time they're going to give the ball, and he cuts around the edge, and great pursuit.
Play by Cameron Carter.
And Cameron Carter's going to bring him down, but Silas Ward did get to the edge a little bit there, but he was deterred because the determination of Cameron Carter wouldn't let him get that far.
Yeah, Cameron showed a lot.
Going to be a loss of 1.
Yeah, Cameron showed a lot of speed and athleticism. He actually chased that play down from the inside Mike position, and just turned on the jets and made a play.
So second down now and 11. Ball at the 16-yard line. Officially, we've got 4:32 to go in the first quarter. Okay. Quarter moving along quite quickly, 0-0. 5 seconds on the play clock, 4 receivers. The Knights have the inside slot receiver coming in motion, and the Falcons come up, bringing the linebacker in on a blitz and shutting down the running lane for Justin Wolverine.
Yeah, great play by Chaz.
Walraven. And no gain on the play. It's going to remain at the 16-yard line.
Yeah, Chaz Doolin did a good job of coming in. He's playing that outside linebacker position over to the left. And, again, Coach Woods dialing up some blitzes to try and bring more pressure.
All right, we've got 4 receivers. Trips to the right side. Officially 14 seconds on the play clock right now. Drew Woods asking for it. Ball snapped. He drops back. It's going to free up. Henderson's coming across the middle, and he had to unload the ball early. Great pressure on that by Henderson, who came unabated to the quarterback that time.
Yeah, the hit man, he came off the edge. It appeared to where he just kind of just walked into the backfield, but he is so athletic and so quick. He got off the ball, got his hands on the offensive lineman, beat him quickly, and was able to get into the face of the quarterback.
What a statement being made early on in this game, Gary, by the Millwood Falcon defense. They played extremely well in this game early. 3:41 to go. It's 4th down, and we're going to see a field goal attempt here by Matthew Joseph. And Joseph kicks it up, and it goes through the uprights.
He has a foot, doesn't he?
It's going to be a field goal of 35 yards.
I mean, and he had distance to give on that one. So, again, great stand by the Falcon defense, only giving up 3 points in 2 possessions where actually Crossing were either in the red zone or very close to it.
Right. That's 2 great possessions by the defense. You got to be excited by what you see.
We just got to get something going on offense now to kind of give the defense a little bit of a blow.
Yeah. And again, starting off, just getting a first down. That's what we need.
Move the chains.
Move the chains. Don't worry about the end results. The end results will take care of itself if you get about 10 first downs. That's the way I look at it, no matter where you are in the field. When we look at what we've seen from the defense, Gary, you talked about in bad positions but playing strong early. Yeah. This is a sign of growth from a defense that usually did not respond well to the adversity early in the year.
Yeah, especially being, starting out in their own red zone. I mean, but again, Coach Woods, you're sitting there watching him. He's out on the field. He's coaching them up in between plays. They have a good understanding of what he's asking them to do. They've been practicing the installation. And also, too, Crossings has not seen the 3-4 defensive look this year. So, especially there's no film from the Falcons at all.
Okay. Crossing has also paid some attention on the scouting report not to put the ball in the hand of the Millwood returners.
Right. Ricky, Isaiah, or give it to the diaper dandy, Xavier Thompson, because all 3 of those guys can sting you.
Right. So the ball is going to be fair caught at the 30-yard line by Cameron Carter that time. So 1st and 10 Millwood from that spot. And I think it's a wise decision here, Gary. You don't make that. You don't put the ball in the hands of guys who can turn this game wide open. It's a 3-0 game right now. Here we go to work right now. Diamond formation, 2 receivers split. And the deep back is Ricky Hunt. And they fake it, and McElwee finally lets it go late. And it's going to skip off the carpet, incomplete, intended for Ricky Hunt. He didn't have a lot of time. And, it was one of those things. We know what he wanted to do, but he wanted to give it a little bit more time. He ran out quickly as he tried to unload that ball.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're going to see lots of pressure. McElwee got the ball, hesitated a little bit because he was waiting. He checked the slant route from Thompson, and it wasn't there, and then he tried to check down. By that time, he got pressure.
So going to work, diamond formation. Ricky Hunt flares out once again. They're going to get the ball to Ricky Hunt, and Ricky Hunt pass is incomplete. As once again well read by the Knight defense. You tell they've done their work as a linebacker was shadowing Ricky Hunt from the moment he flared out of the backfield. Yeah. So it's going to be 3rd down and 10 now.
Well, they showed the play before, and it was there, and then they went right back and ran it again. And so I'm a little perplexed as to, why we would run the same play twice in a row on there.
All right, 3 receivers now. Make that 4 receivers. Trips to the left side. Ball snapped. They're going to fake it. Coming across. McElwee has to unload it and throws it across the middle. And that pass is caught. Nice catch there. Forward progress may give him a first down. Is that Bailey with that reception there?
No.
That's number 22. That is Deontay Shaw.
Deontay Shaw.
Move the chains. First down. Nice job there, Gary, on that play. by Deontay Shaw making the reception and the wherewithal by McElwee to get it there.
Yeah, McElwee kept his eyes downfield. He didn't bring his eyes down. A lot of time quarterbacks, when they get pressure, they have a tendency to panic and drop their vision, but McElwee kept his head up and executed.
3 receivers this time. McElwee unloads. This time he's a little late, but he gets it out, takes a shot, but he gets up off the turf as Xavier Thompson makes the reception for the Falcons now right about the 47-yard line.
That's the second completion in a row by McElwee. The only thing that I would tell him is to make sure he keeps that ball up by his ear. You know, he kind of made a pump and dropped his hand, and then he picked it back up again and threw it. But if he keeps his hands up, he'll be able to check a lot easier from receiver to receiver.
All right, so now 2nd down and 5 after a gain of 5. 3 receivers, ball is snapped. McElwee's going to put it up, throws it down. Xavier Thompson goes to make a run. Oh! And he went up over the cornerback to try and make a play, but he was more of a defender than he was a receiver on that play.
Yeah, the ball was left a little bit short by McElwee, but Xavier did. He showed a lot of athleticism by getting up off the ground and almost taking that ball right off the head of the defender, the Crossings Christian defender, and having another completion.
All right.
Now, what's good about this, Mo, is that you threw the ball 3 times in a row. That's going to force Crossing to loosen up a little bit. Hopefully, that'll create some run lanes for your run game.
All right, 3 receivers now. Twins to the left side. Ricky Hunt in the backfield along with Henderson. And Crossing Christians is showing blitz in the B gap or the A gap. And this time, McElwee, they didn't get a chance to even run the play.
No, they didn't.
Because they were already in the backfield. The lineman did not shift, and McElwee goes down for the sack. It's going to be brought down, I'd say, at about the Millwood 40-yard line.
Yeah. You know, one of the challenges that the Falcons is facing right now is very, very young offensive line. And, you know, so again, that's going to be an area of focus going into the spring, is whether or not, number one, those guys can continue to develop, and number two, are there other players that can come in to help us?
All right, 4th down and 13. Now, high snap. Henderson has to track it down, and he gets off a great kick considering the snap was bad. It's going to take a Crossing Christian bounce, but it will be on the night side of the field at the 45-yard line, 1st and 10.
We got a flag down.
And have a flag down in the backfield. Personal foul, roughing the kicker.
I hope that is the case so that we can get a 1st down.
So that penalty will be against the defense. So it's a personal foul, roughing the kicker. That will give the Falcons a 1st down from the original spot. The ball was at the 39-yard line. That'll move the ball across midfield. So 1st down, Millwood, which will be at the Crossing Christians, the Knights' 46-yard line.
Okay, so the Falcons are going to take a timeout.
So timeout on the field right now as we are 2:02 into left in the 1st quarter. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon football, sponsored by OG&E, Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores, and SSM Health St. Anthony. We'll be right back.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options, lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Left in the 1st quarter. 3-0 is the score. The Knights on top. Right now, Henderson trying to get the ball around, and again, their penetration by the Knight defense shuts that down before you can get the car out of the garage on that one.
Right.
He's going to move the ball back a couple of yards. They're going to mark him down at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, right away, what we're seeing is that the Falcons are trying to get to the edge, and the Knights are actually bringing pressure from the edge.
Yes.
And so we're running right into it. I think this may be a scheme. Look for some double team options and just try to get downhill in a hurry.
Ball snapped. He's going to put it up. McElwee's going to throw it deep down the field, trying to make a catch. going up high, and the ball is incomplete. Pass was intended for number 30, Tyshawn Buford. Nice to see that young man back.
Yeah.
But also making a great play was Silas Ward. He had a chance to get his hands on the ball, but was unsuccessful that time.
But you know something, Mo, that I'm encouraged about? You got a freshman who's playing against an upperclassman, going up, competing, trying to high point the ball. And you know what? This kid is 6 foot, 160 pounds, and he's 14 years old. So, again, the future is going to be bright, and I'm encouraged by the effort.
Double tight end, 2 receivers now, 1 back in the backfield. Pressure coming up the middle. McElwee's going to throw it. Has a receiver open down the sideline, and it's to Ricky Hunt, but Ricky couldn't see the ball.
Yeah.
Pass is going to be incomplete. He lost it in the lights, 4th down.
Yeah, and that ball was actually thrown over his outside shoulder. Again, a little bit of a hard catch if you're a wide receiver when the ball is slightly coming behind you. But you know something, Mo, I would like to see, instead of it just being a go route, I would really like to see some shorter concepts for Ricky. He's so explosive. If we can just get him the ball on the move, we don't necessarily have to get it to him 40 yards downfield. Just get it to him out there in the space one-on-one.
All right, 4th down and 12, and the Falcons are electing to play field position right now. So Henderson gets it, picks it up off the carpet, kick is away. Nice low kick. It's going to be caught and going to be brought down. A great open field tackle there by Terrence Taffy. Taffy brings him down at about the 29-yard line. Good job there by the Falcons.
Yeah, and then also, too, the freshman, Donovan Knight, was also in on that tackle. Again, he's another freshman who is 6 foot, and he's 150 pounds. And so, again, I'm looking at all these 6-foot skill players. One day, Mo, they're going to grow up, and they're going to probably grow up fast over the summer, and they're going to look totally different when we see them again in the fall.
4 receivers now, trips to the left side of the field right now, and we've got Drew Wood in shotgun formation. Ball is snapped. Drew Wood's going to hand the ball off up the middle, and Silas Ward with a nice gain of about a couple of yards, maybe 2 or 3 on a little delay handoff there.
Yeah.
Taking the ball across the 30-yard line to the 31.
And the Falcons are staying in that 3-4 defense. And in addition to that, they're being really stingy. I'm actually impressed with how well they're picking up this new scheme installed by defensive coordinator Donovan Woods.
2nd down and about 7, and we're officially now under 30 seconds to play in the first quarter. Ball is snapped. Woods going to put it up. Looking rough. Going to throw across the middle. Has a receiver there. Isaiah Leonard high-pointed the ball and knocked it down. Pass intended for Mason Snyder. Great position there by Isaiah Leonard.
Yeah, Isaiah did exactly what he was taught to do. Whenever a wide receiver is running a route and the defensive back is covering, and particularly if you're a corner, it's important that you stay inside the route. Guess where he was when the ball got there? He was inside of the offensive wide receiver. He was inside of the route as coached.
All right, going to work right now. Officially 22 seconds on the ball, on the clock right now, excuse me. 4 receivers, 2 split on either side. Drew Wood in shotgun formation with Silas Ward in the backfield. Wood's going to put it up, pressure up the middle. He's going to fire it to a wide open receiver who loses his footing right there on the sideline and slips and falls down. Logan McCowan. If not, he had a chance to get a first down and maybe a little bit more, Gary.
Yeah, but you know what? The pressure was in his face, and the quarterback did make an outstanding play getting rid of the ball. But by the time he completed the pass, the receiver was on the sideline, which precipitated him having to get his feet in the ground and causing him to slip down. He was on the sideline when he caught it.
4th down and 5. Slips out of bounds, so the 14 seconds on the clock in the first quarter will be on it at the end. This will be the final play. So now we're going to get a kick away from Matthew Jotliff. Snap is there, kick is high, and Xavier Thompson trying to track it down, but it takes a Falcon bounce and rolls back and will be downed at the 37-yard line with 7 seconds on the play clock.
Well, fantastic job by the Falcons forcing a punt, not letting crossings cross midfield.
So nothing doing there on the return, although Xavier Thompson was in the area. So 1st and 10 for that spot. This will be the final play of the first quarter right now. And in the backfield right now, I think we're going to see a change of philosophy as the Falcons are now going with more of a traditional Falcon offense, spread offense, 3 receivers to the right, McElwee in shotgun with Henderson back there. And they're going to swing it out to Xavier, and Xavier tries to hit the reverse gear, but nothing doing there.
Well,
after a gain of 2 yards, and that will be the end of the first quarter.
You know, and that's one of the tough things, too, that the Falcons are kind of suffering from. Not the best blocking in the world, particularly from the wide receiver position. And so it's going to be important, again, that, you know, that's going to be an area of focus of development in the offseason.
All right, that will take us to the end of the first quarter. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores, OG&E, and SSM Health at St. Anthony. We'll be right back.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options and lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
And we're back for the start of the second quarter. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods here. Gary, great job by the Falcon defense at the end of the first quarter. We'll talk about that in a second. 2nd down and 8 is what they're facing. 4 receivers, 2 on either side, and trying to go with a little bit of a jet sweep action, but crossing. The Knights were not fooled. It's going to be a loss of 1 on the play, 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just one of those situations where the offensive line for the Falcons, they're having a difficult time up front. They really need to get settled in and try to figure out a way to at least slow down the penetration enough to where they can utilize their speed to get to the outside.
Okay, 4 receivers now. McElwee in shotgun formation with Henderson in the backfield. 11:25 to go before the end of the first half. Ball is snapped. McElwee's going to put it up. Pressure being applied. He's going to throw it across the middle, and the ball is going to be caught. Is that Shaw again? That looks like Deontay Shaw with another reception. It's going to be close to a first down at about the 47-yard line. It's going to be close, depending on the spot.
He did a great job of running his route, recognizing that the ball was falling short, and he came out of his route, came back to the ball, and made the catch. I mean, that's just great individual effort by Shaw.
So they're going to get the ball to the 47-yard line. It's enough for a first down, and the officials are going to stop and take a time for a measurement. I think it's going to be close here.
What? We got a measurement?
Well, you know,
we've been talking about how
Gary, don't go there.
No, I'm going there. I'm going there because, you know, how many times have you and I called games and we've like, you know what, they should measure that.
Yes, we've said this several times. No, we want to go by the eye test. Nobody wants to work anymore.
No one wants to measure anymore. My goodness. So is it that they don't want to measure or they don't want to fool with the chain gain?
It could be both. Could be both. I really don't know. But in this case, it looks like half a chain link short from our vantage point.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'm looking through my glasses, and
now here's the thing.
It's just a smidgen.
Now, to me, this is when you give the ball to Hitman Henderson straight downhill.
Yep.
Power run it.
Yep. You do some wedge blocking up front. You get double on the inside techniques, and you get those guys up out the club, and you just go right downhill.
So it's going to be 4th down and inches. So let's see
if we can get it.
All right, so right now the Knights are coming down with 3 down linemen, but they've got a run blitz dialed up right away.
Got it dialed up big time.
So let's see what McElwee does. Looks like they're setting up for a sweep, and McElwee is going to fall forward, but the Knights were already in the backfield. You're lucky that how tall is McElwee? He's 6'1".
He's about 6'1", 6'2".
So he fell forward. He got the first down.
But you know something? Did you notice how when they doubled on the interior, the down linemen, the nose guard and the 3 technique, they were blocked, but the tackle came from on the outside.
So here we go, going to work right now.
There we go.
And is that Ricky Hunt?
No, that was McElwee. on the inside keeper. They ran the quarterback zone read, the inside read, where they faked it to Alonzo Henderson. McElwee pulled it, and because the penetration from crossings, they're so far upfield that it creates a run lane, a vertical run lane.
Gain of 7, second down and 3. Ball is snapped, and McElwee's going to hand the ball to Henderson over the right tackle. Henderson jumping over defenders, folks. Taking the ball inside the 35-yard line. They're going to say at the 35, or is it going to be a little bit further than that? It looks like he should be further than that.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be.
Can I get the line judge to line up, please? Okay, they're going to put that at the 34-yard line.
Yep, I mean, that's a great carry by the hit man. He got the ball and just got downhill in a hurry. Him and McElwee got something going here.
All right, taking the ball to the 34-yard line and coming back with another running play. Short gain, maybe a gain of 2 this time, as Henderson gets another carry there.
Yeah, that time there was a lot of penetration. But, again, it just boils down to, can we, from an offensive line standpoint, can we come off the ball and attack the defensive lineman enough to sustain a block?
All right, Henderson getting the fake. This time McElwee, once again, a little RPO action. Gain of 1 this time as the Knights figured it out on the next time we ran the play.
You know, the play is a little bit slow developing, you know, but I think it does take time to read, you know, the read key, which usually is the 3 technique or the defensive end, to determine whether you should give it or pull it.
Okay, they're going to say no gain on the play, so 3rd down and 10, officially 8:43 to go before the end of the first half. Double tight end once again. McElwee is going to put it. No, he's going to fake it, and McElwee ends up pulling it down as Ricky Henderson they wanted to go to him on a screen play, on a wide receiver screen play, but well read by the Knights.
Yeah, Ricky Hunt was actually standing out there waiting on the hitch play. It was a decent play action, but McElwee just didn't feel comfortable enough to throw the ball, to release the ball, yeah. And you know what? I'd rather have him eat it than to make a bad throw or errant throw.
All right, so 4th down and about 12, maybe that make that 13 now. 2 receivers to the right, and McElwee's going to roll to the right side. Has a receiver open. He's going to throw it down the field. Is it Xavier Thompson? Touchdown Falcons.
Beautifully executed play. Play action keeper to the right. Got McElwee out on the edge. A part of me, Mo, when I was looking at it, was thinking, okay, he should pull it down and run. But he waved, as you know, the diaper dandy Xavier Thompson waved him downfield. The cornerback sucked up under the pressure of thinking that McElwee was going to keep it, and he just lobbed it right over the top. Great improvisation by McElwee.
All right, the Falcons are going to go for 2 right now. And McElwee's waiting for someone because it looks like they're going to do the Wild Falcon now.
Yep, it's going to be ran
17 seconds on the play clock, so Henderson going to run this play right now. Henderson have it. Ricky Hunt comes in motion, and they're going to fake it, but Henderson plows away
beautiful
into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So nice job by Alonzo, hit the man Henderson, completed the 2-point conversion, and the Falcons go up 8-3. We'll be right back. You're listening to Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores, SSM Health St. Anthony, and OG&E. What a drive by the Falcons.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options and lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Meal packs for just $40. It's The Kitchen by B&B Catering. Preparing your favorite foods fresh just the way you like them at 4709 North Lincoln Boulevard.
And welcome back. Basically, for the Falcons there, Gary, a 10-play, 63-yard drive ending up with a 36-yard touchdown pass from McElwee to the diaper dandy Xavier Thompson for the touchdown, and then a 2-point conversion to boot. Falcons kick the ball away, and then the ball's going to be returned out to the 34-yard line, 1st and 10 Knights.
Yeah, that was actually a really good drive. A lot of creativity. You know, kudos to the coaching staff for making the adjustment, going in instead of going with the spread concept or the diamond concept. They went with the single back, single quarterback, and the double tight concept to try and see if they could do a better job of matching up as far as the run game with Crossing Christian Knights.
Now, when we talked about this earlier in pregame, for those who turned in to listen, it's not just two guys just up here bumping gums. We're actually talking facts. It's called adjustments, folks, and the Falcons coaching staff already noticed it. Crossing Christian is going to run a RPO action and try to toss the ball to the outside. Justin Walraven brings the ball, tries to turn the corner, but nothing doing there, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, no gain at all. Pretty good job by the Falcons in run support. Again, that 3-4 defense is designed to run from sideline to sideline and make plays like that for no gain.
All right, 7:28 to go before the end of the first half. We have the Falcons up 8-3 against the number 1 team in this district, which is the Crossing Christian Knights. And then getting a little anxious, Carlos Strong came across the line. Is going to be flagged for another penalty of offside.
Okay, Coach Woods is going to give us a coaching point here. When you're the nose guard, you're the closest guy to the football. So don't listen to the cadence. Watch the ball.
Watch the ball. So that's going to move the ball out to the 44-yard line. Make that the 39-yard line.
Yeah, this is the number 1 team in the district, so we don't need to help them in any way at all.
All right, 2nd down and about 6. Ball is snapped, and Drew's going to put it on the ball. It's deflected. Carlos Strong knocked it down.
Yeah, that was a great play by Carlos Strong. Again, the old rule, if you can't get the sack, what do, Mo?
Raise your hands.
Get your hands up, and that's exactly what he did. And as a result of it, he entered the stat column with a ball batted down.
3rd down and 6, and you got the Falcons building momentum right here. As I said to you before, the Knights didn't want a game like this, so it's key for them to get this win tonight, get that home playoff game that they would love to have next week.
That's
4
right.
receivers right now. The Falcons are showing blitz in the A-gap right now. Drew Wood, the quarterback for the Knights, is looking over getting a change from the sideline right now. He's got 2 seconds on the play clock, and the coaching staff calls for time.
Hey, that's exactly what you want. Cameron Carter got up into the line of scrimmage, flashed, and at the same time, Carlos Strong just kind of slightly came out of his defensive stance and kind of panicked the Crossings Christian offense and forced a timeout call.
And we'll take one here as well. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores, OG&E, and SSM Health, St. Anthony's. We will be right back.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Years and counting, L'Amour Beauty Supply has relocated to 2214 North MLK Avenue with an assortment of hair, shampoo, and conditioners and other much-needed products at a great bargain. Barbers and salon owners have special wholesale deals created just for you. Consult our small business specialist for exclusive discounts and deals. L'Amour Beauty Supply is proud to serve you beyond just products. We assist with education for your scalp, hair textures, lengths, and much more. L'Amour Beauty Supply, 2214 North MLK Avenue. Open 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Call 405-427-6571 for more info or visit lamourbeautysupply.com.
And we are back. The Knights drop back. Drew Wood's pass is incomplete. And one thing I have noticed from talking to you, Gary, over the time is the old quarterback patting the ball. If they have to pat the ball, that means they're not liking what they're seeing.
That's right.
And the kick is going to take a slow bounce, and it's going to be down at the 24-yard line. Ricky Hunt was hoping it would take a bounce toward him. He hasn't had a chance to get started tonight, but the Falcons get the ball back with a 5-point lead, 6:49 to go in the first half, Gary.
Yeah, now all we need to do is continue to do what we're doing. But now, also, we need to figure out a way to get Ricky's hands on the ball to see if we can't bust something wide open offensively.
All right, so the ball will be down at the 26-yard line. Is that the 25 where they're starting?
That's on the
24-yard line, 1st and 10 from that spot. So here we go, 1st and 10. Falcons come out, double tight end, 2 receivers. Henderson in the backfield next to McElwee. They call Xavier Thompson in motion, and Henderson gets the call and blasts ahead for a short gain, a gain of 2 on the play. Little jet sweep action. They fake the jet sweep and give the ball to Henderson, but he gets the ball out to the 26-yard line. 26-yard line.
Well, you know, Crossings is being so aggressive that any sort of misdirection or play fake that you can throw in there to slow them down, it does definitely help with the run game for the Falcons.
Isaiah Leonard jogs off. Looks like he's limping a little bit. We've got 2 receivers. Jet action. Ricky Hunt leading the way. And this time in the backfield, there comes the Knights, led by Silas Ward, who brings down Henderson in the backfield. Again, that play, that development around that action is too much, Gary. They've got to simplify it.
Yeah.
That is giving the Knights too much penetration early on.
Run the misdirection, but stay north and south. You know, running east and west, if you want to go east and west, then you should use the speed of the football, throwing it out there, as opposed to actually trying to run an out-and-out sweep. They're just bringing too much pressure off the edge right now, Lo.
3rd down and 11 now, and officially we've got 4 seconds on the play clock.
Coach Franklin's going to burn one.
So the Falcons have elected to take a timeout, and we will here as well. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores, OG&E, and SSM Health St. Anthony. We'll be right back.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options and lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Cooler night, end of the season. The Falcon fans are here supporting it. The band is playing. It's a fired up house here, and the Falcons got a 5-point lead. They're really playing well early in this game.
Yeah, they definitely are defensively. Now, if we can get, the offense clicking along the same line as defense, okay.
And this time, McElwee did a good job of helping draw crossing Christian offsides. And this has been a very clean game. It'll be the first penalty of the night on them when it's all said and done, as they jumped offsides, helped the Falcons out here. They're going to move the ball up now to the 29-yard line. So it's going to set up 3rd down and about 5 for the Falcons. 4 receivers, trips to the left side. And the Knights are showing blitz again as Silas Ward, who's playing slot corner, is lining up.
Yep.
Coming in off the edge.
And that should be an automatic stop check right there.
And they're going to throw a screen pass to Alonzo Henderson, but there is a flag on the play as Henderson's going to be brought down. He's going to have enough yardage for a first down at the 35-yard line. However, there is a flag in the backfield for holding back at the 20. I want to see what he's going to spot the flag at, because he picked it up, so I don't know exactly where the spot of the foul was. So the head official did pick up the flag, so I think they're going to spot it from the 35. So that penalty goes against the Falcons. That holding penalty moves it. Is it inside the 20, Gary? Is that the ball's going to be at the 16-yard line, 17-yard line?
Yes, it's going to be at the 16-yard line.
The ball will be spotted at the 16-yard line. Bad spot for that one. Setting up 3rd down and about 18. Ball snap. McElwee picks it up off the carpet, throws it across the middle. That pass is going to be intercepted. Went to the well one time too many, as well read by Justin Walraven, who intercepts the pass. Is going to take the ball inside the 10-yard line. It will be 1st and goal for the Knights.
Yeah, you tried to force one in there to Cato Sirisambath, and the actual hot read, Mo, was right where the ball should have gone to Xavier Thompson. because that outside linebacker 3 plays in a row has blitzed off that right side. And I'm just wondering how long before, we teach the receiver to point out the blitzer and he adjusts the route into a hot read or a sit-down route so that you can hit that quick route. And that would go every time.
All right, Wood's going to hand the ball off, and the Falcons are way in the backfield and blow up that play. Silas Ward had nowhere to go as he got the handoff right from Wood. And as soon as it touched his hand, he went down, Gary.
Yeah, Carlos Strong was back there blowing that thing up. It amazes me how fast Carlos can get off the ball, beat the center, and get in the backfield to make tackles for loss. He's really playing a heck of a game this first half.
All right, that is going to be a loss of 4. Second and goal now from the 12. 3 receivers, twins to the right side. Woods got it. He's going to hand the ball off coming across, and they're trying to catch him. He's trying to get to the corner there, and Silas is going to be brought down. Is he in the end zone? Is the official word is a touchdown as he got it on a jet sweep action. Takes it back across, Gary, across the formation, and the Falcons aren't able to turn him away as he gets to the end zone.
Yeah, the guys, the secondary players, they have to get off their blocks. They have to defeat the blocks and recover and come up and run support. And I was looking at that jet sweep. It just seems like every Falcon defensive back had someone blocking them, and they did not win those battles.
All right, so it's 9-8 right now, and it looks like the Knights are going to go for it, going to go for 2 here and try to give themselves back their 3-point lead. 4 seconds on the clock. High snap. Woods got unloaded. He throws it up high in the back of the end zone. Pass is incomplete. Wood had no time. Great pressure up the middle this time by the Falcons, led by Dedrick Jones, who was coming up the middle right there and blew that play up, Gary.
Yeah, that was some great pressure. And then also, too, on the back end, the coverage was real good, too. So it was almost as if, Crossings Christian quarterback just kind of floated that thing up and prayed for someone to kind of be around to bring it down for him. But it just wasn't happening. The coverage was very good by the Falcons.
Now, that last interception by McElwee, you brought this up, and I want to just as we're getting ready for a kickoff, Falcons get the ball back here. That was going to the well one time too many. When that pressure came, he went to the hot read, and a couple of times he's been able to hit Deontay Shaw. And that particular time there, he went to the well again. It was a little bit deeper because the receiver had not come back yet,
right?
And he got caught that time.
Yeah, I mean, so one of the things that's kind of missing is whenever you're playing against a team that likes to blitz from the outside, especially when you have a twins formation offensively, or if you have a trips formation, it's important that as that linebacker wants to go in the blitz, that this receiver recognizes it, he comes off and he stops. And he replaces that linebacker who's blitzing off the edge so that when McElwee gets the ball, when he sees that guy in his face, all he has to do is just hit the replacement receiver in that spot. That's called a void route, and we just have not made that adjustment.
No, and the void route's the most important because you made it very technical. You throw it where the man was.
You throw it where he was, which means that the receiver has to be wise enough or taught to, hey, blitzer's going, I'm going to replace him.
Yeah, just stand
so
right
I'm going to change my route.
And I'm going to give him a target.
I'm going to change my route and sit there. Right.
All right, kickoff is away, and it's going to be fielded by Cameron Carter inside the 30-yard line. I think they're going to mark him down at the 27.
You know something else, too, Mo, is that, okay, we're fair catching this thing, but the ball is coming down, and we're catching it, and we still have room to make a play. And it's like we're kind of conceding that, a little bit too soon. I think we should look to catch it and see what we can do because the kicking game is one of our strong points offensively.
Right, it is. And again,
or the return game.
And you might want to consider moving some personnel around too.
Right. Put Ricky up there, put Xavier up there.
All right.
Cameron's pretty talented too.
2 receivers now, diamond formation, and right now Alonzo Henderson comes out as the lead blocker on the left side as an H-back. He screens it out, and this time we get to see a little bit of action there. It looks like that was Ricky Hunt there. Is that Ricky Hunt?
Yeah, that was Ricky.
Ricky Hunt's going to take the ball out to the 30-yard line.
Now, again, kind of like what we talked about last week when we were down in Louisiana, you know, a lot of times when you're thinking about where the hole is going to open up, sometimes when you get through that hole, you have to be prepared to make a move right or left. And that time there was green space to the right. And so you got to start running with some vision in order to be able to take a modest gain and turn it into a big play.
Low snap. McElwee rolls right, fires. Cameron Carter with the reception. It's going to be enough for a Falcon first down at about the 37. Make that the 38-yard line. And that's going to be enough for a first down. Nice job there by McElwee getting the ball to Cameron Carter.
Yeah, that was a nice play, Mo, because, again, that was one of those play-action plays that looked like it might have been a quarterback keeper, but then the backs came out the backfield and they got into routes. Anytime you got blitz and linebackers, that means there's nobody there to cover backs out the backfield.
All right, 1st and 10 now, ball spot at the 38-yard line. And we come back with the pistol formation, 2 receivers. H-back is Henderson, and this time Ricky Hunt dances left, dances right for a short gain, and he's still got the legs churning for a gain of 4 as he takes the ball beyond the 40 out to the 42.
Yep. And now one of the things that Ricky's going to have to learn how to do as a young Division I prospect, already receiving offers from Iowa State and some other colleges that are out there, he has to learn that when it's tight in there, he has to explode into creases. He can't dance through them. He got to get his head and shoulders down, and he has to attack the crease and finish off every run falling forward.
3 receivers now, 2 backs in the backfield. Good protection. Nice lead block as McElwee is going to take the ball in a little RPO action once again in the backfield. Nice misdirection, but McElwee takes it out to the 46, make that the 47-yard line. Gain, setting up 3rd down and short.
Yeah, now did you notice how McElwee just kind of went straight ahead and he kind of kept his legs churning, twisting and turning, and he fell with his head forward? That's the way you have to carry the football when you're playing against tough defenses like Crossings.
3rd down and 1, 3 receivers. This time the ball's hammered ahead, and it's still on his feet, taking the ball across midfield is Cameron Carter. It's
good hard
for a Falcon first down at the 48-yard line.
That's a good hard carry by Cameron. Great finish to the run. In fact, as he was finishing, he picked up another 2 yards at the end of the carry.
Taking the ball down to the 49, make that the 48-yard line. Nice job by Cameron Carter. 1st and 10, ball is snapped. Going to swing the ball over to Ricky. Ricky makes one-man miss. There should have been a call for a face mask there as Ricky's face mask was pulled, and that's what kept him from going forward that time, Gary.
Yeah.
They should have caught that one on Mason Snyder. They didn't see it.
Yeah, you know, they again, it's just one of those things that was missed. And so, you know, again, just keep playing. Just keep getting the ball out there, you know. And I think one of the things, too, is that we want to attack that sideline when we catch hitch routes like that because that's where the extra green space is.
1:37 to go. Ball is snapped. 2nd down and 11. And Cameron Carter just plows ahead for a gain of about 4, taking the ball down to the Knight 47-yard line.
Now, Mo, this is what I call making the game ugly, right? You know, it's 9-8. It's a kind of an ugly game. And you know what? Millwood is having success with 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and it's only because those running backs, those names we've been calling, they're finishing off their runs and they're fighting for every yard.
3rd down and about 8. Full diamond formation. McElwee's going to throw back, and it's Ricky Hunt who makes the reception, and he slips and loses his footing, but it will be the ball down at the 35-yard line. What a play and athleticism by Ricky Hunt.
Yeah, and, you know, if he just would have kept his feet, man, he'd still be running right now. But, again, great athletic play by Ricky. He got up off the ground, caught the ball, and he just kind of came down a little bit off balance.
45 seconds on the clock. The Falcons have 1 timeout. Clock continues to run, 20 seconds on the play clock. Diamond formation again, ball snapped, and McElwee's going to put it up. Pressure right up the middle, and you can't go down, and he does. You have to call the timeout now as he's sacked by Preston Mahan, who's going to bring him down at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, that was good effort by Preston Mahan. And you know what? We're lucky that we didn't get a penalty, a holding penalty on that as well, because Carlos had a handful of jersey on that play.
All right, the sack moves the ball back. No timeouts remaining. We're going to stay here. Halftime's coming up next. You don't want to miss out on that. It is officially the, I'm going to make sure I get this right. make sure I get it right, but I think it hasn't changed. No, of course it is. It's the OG&E and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores halftime report. But that being said, Gary, you know, that was the one thing you didn't want to have happen there in that situation was a sack.
Right.
So now you got 29 seconds on the clock, 29 seconds on the clock. So now you the clock is more your enemy than anything else.
Right.
So do you take a shot here, Gary, or you try to just run a play? What do you do?
It's second down, 29 seconds. You got to consider the fact that it's about 8 seconds of play. So
and no timeouts.
Right. So it's 8 seconds of play and then a reset of the ball. So I think you throw the ball a couple of times. If not, you punt it.
Okay, 4 receivers now. Ball is snapped.
Here come the blitz.
Put it up. McElwee throws it across the middle, and that pass is incomplete. Intended for Ricky Hunt Jr. that time.
Yeah, he looked real uncomfortable back there in the pocket. You know, him pumping the ball and then resetting and trying to pump it again. You know, again, McElwee needs to keep the ball up by his ear. He needs to keep his feet moving, and he needs to be patient.
Yeah.
If he does hitch the ball, he just needs to come like this.
And people, for what you're saying, I don't think people understand from the game. They're not. If you're watching it, hopefully you're watching it on the Millwood Falcon YouTube page with 25 seconds left on the clock. Rick, he's not throwing from his legs. He's doing is all from the arm. It's all arm flips now.
Yep.
All right, pressure. He rolls to the right. Is going to fire one down the field, and Xavier Thompson going to make the play, and it could have been offensive pass interference. The coaching staff from the Knights are saying, hey, Xavier went to prevent the reception.
Yeah, the ball was short. Xavier just absolutely mugged the receiver. But it's a great heads-up play by Xavier, right? You know, I mean, you don't want to have a turnover right now, and so it's important that, you know, again, you can recognize as a young receiver when you have to go from a wide receiver to a defensive back.
All right, so it's 4th down and 18, and officially, I think I'm looking at 19 seconds on the clock. 8 seconds.
They're going to burn one.
So, I mean, they don't have any more timeouts,
Oh,
they're willing to let this clock run down.
No, they burn one. Franklin just called a timeout.
Okay, timeout. So, okay, there was only, I thought that, maybe that was one timeout left. I might have overestimated it, but they called a timeout there to get consideration on the claw right there. But I really think it was the 4th timeout, Gary.
Well, that was the 3rd one.
Okay,
we checked with the scorekeepers. It was the 3rd. I was wondering.
Okay.
All
right. So that's what we got now. So 4th down. And so do you, in this situation now, do you punt it away or do you take a shot? I mean, it's still 19 seconds. It's still it's not a lot of time, but you know, the Knights have one timeout.
Coach, it's 9 to 8, 19 seconds. I'm playing field position this last 19 seconds.
All right, so Henderson's out to punt this ball away.
Okay.
To your point. So they like what you said.
Well, you know.
Okay.
We learn from the same coaches.
So right now, they officially have 20 seconds to snap the ball.
And you know, Crossings is thinking that they're gonna fake it.
Okay, Henderson's gonna punt
beautiful
the ball,
punt.
and it's going to drift into the end zone for a touchback, and that's not exactly what you want, but it's going to go into the end zone for a touchback.
And that was a 50-yard punt.
Yeah, it was.
That was a 50-yard punt. I mean, you know, as we talk about Alonzo Hitman Henderson, and we talk about him as a linebacker, a defensive end, and we did mention
you like him as a weapon as a kicker.
He's just a great athlete with a big leg, and he just punted the ball 50 yards. Now we call college games, and we're asking, or we're hoping for punts that could flip the field, and this is a kid that doesn't even specialize.
All right, so the Knights are going to down it. And that will be the end of the first half. Coming up, the Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and OG&E halftime report in just a minute. Also, it's senior night, and Millwood will recognize some of the seniors, or all the seniors that they have for the fall, coming up here in just a few minutes. The score, 9-8. What a game right now with the Knights on top. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores, OG&E, and SSM Health at St. Anthony's.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options and lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
With zero money down, 0% interest, and zero payments for 6 full months. Only at Boomer Kia. Worried about your credit? Don't be. Get pre-approved instantly, all without hurting your credit. Click the iPrecheck banner at boomerkia.com. I'm James Wade, General Manager here at Boomer Kia. I'm here every single day. If you're not 100% satisfied, don't leave. See me.
With approved credit with KMF. Deferred payments by dealer. Interest accrues date of sale. 0% for 60 months. $1,666 cost per thousand. Example 2021 Kia Forte plus tax, tag, and license. Expires 10/5/21.
Big O's Pork and Dreams has 2 locations to serve you. They're now open in Midwest City and still in their Edmond. You with your favorite meats, briskets, and Big O's has a signature loaded smoked potato with the famous fat butt, also known as a Big Nasty. It's a loaded tater with a spare rib on top. Try Big O's loaded steak fries and barbecue pizza. Big O's Pork and Dreams has 2 locations in the metro. In Midwest City, 6003 Southeast 15th, and in Edmond, 285 South Santa Fe Avenue. And both dining rooms have active pure technology to reduce over 99.9% bacteria, viruses, and more. And that's air you can trust. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 a.m. until 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturdays, 11 a.m. until the meat runs out. Big O's Pork and Dreams has 2 locations, Midwest City and Edmond. Come get you one of these taters.
Oh, according to research, 82% of people remember radio ads. That means that 82% of you listening right now will remember that this is an ad for ZipRecruiter. If you're hiring, 82% of you will recall that ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster and easier. And 82% of you will note that you can try ZipRecruiter for free today. But you have to go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Yes, free. 82% of you will keep in mind that ZipRecruiter's technology finds qualified people for your job and actively invites them to apply.
Is that you? Who are you talking to?
82% of you will also know that I, live with my mom. But the most important thing to note is that ZipRecruiter works. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Will you be part of the 82% who remember where you can try ZipRecruiter for free? It's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Again, that exclusive link is ZipRecruiter.com/free. How much? Free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The Lions fell to Louisiana College by the score of 31-24. The Lions could not get on track, posting some of their lowest numbers of the season. QB Larry Harrington took ownership for the loss.
No, it's just better execution on my part. It wasn't anything scheme-wise, anything the receivers doing. I just got to play better. It's always going to be on me regardless of what the score is or what we're doing or what we're not doing because I touch the ball every play, so it's on me every time.
The Lions are 7-1 and fell 4 spots in the national polls to number 18. But they've got to refocus. Number 24, Arizona Christian, is coming to Anderson Stadium this Saturday. Pre-game at 1:30, kickoff at 2 p.m. Langston Lion football is brought to you by Gates Barbecue, Seasoning, and Sauces, and the Black Chronicle newspaper. Listen live or on the app, streamed by PPBC. It's Langston Lion football.
Listen up, OKC. Over this past year, I know you've heard about it. You've probably even thought about it, but you failed to act on it. And if you don't act soon, you're going to miss your chance to hit it big with your trade only at Boomer Kia. Right now, your vehicle could be worth crazy amounts. If it's only a few years old and has less than 40,000 miles, it could be worth more now than when it was new. What do you do when a stock price is high? You sell it. Boomer Kia wants your vehicle, no matter the brand or the condition. Boomer Kia will pay off your trade no matter what you owe, and will give you cash for your car today. So make the switch to a brand new Kia with zero money down, 0% interest, and zero payments for 6 full months. Only at Boomer Kia. Worried about your credit? Don't be. Get pre-approved instantly, all without hurting your credit. Click the iPreCheck banner at boomerkia.com. I'm James Wade, General Manager here at Boomer Kia. I'm here every single day. If you're not 100% satisfied, don't leave. See me.
With approved credit with KMF. Deferred payments by dealer. Interest accrues date of sale. 0% for 60 months. 1666 cost per thousand. Example 2021 Kia Forte plus tax tag and license. Expires 10/5/21.
Did you know that every day someone misses out on a great opportunity all because of the fear of rejection? But what if you could explore that opportunity without facing any consequences or even wasting your time? Guess what? Now you can with iPreCheck at boomerkia.com. When other dealers try to keep you in the dark until the very end, at Boomer Kia, we're upfront and transparent, all without having to speak to anybody. So instead of spending hours in a dealership getting yanked around just to find out if you're not getting the deal you want, visit boomerkia.com and click the iPreCheck form. You'll get your real credit score, your real monthly payments, and more for every vehicle on our site. So what's the best thing about iPreCheck? There's zero risk. It literally doesn't cost you anything. Just enter your name, your address, and the last 4 of your social, and you can be pre-approved instantly for a brand new Kia at Boomer Kia. So what are you waiting for? Visit boomerkia.com and click the iPreCheck banner to get pre-approved, all without any risk to your credit. Then come to Boomer Kia off I-240 in South Walker.
And we are back. Welcome to the Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores halftime report. Maurice, Prince, and Gary Woods. OG&E energizes the communities they serve. Find a rewarding career at OG&E.com. OG&E, energizing life. And Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores continues to make our communities a great one to live in. Thank you, Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores. Want to make sure we thank all our sponsors: Tinker Federal Credit Union, The Kitchen by B&B Catering, David Threet's Hair Cafe, Chris and Christy Harrison of Heritage Funeral Home, Wings Supreme, The Block Chronicle, First Security Bank, Heart and Soul 92.1 at 1140, Power 103.5, Super Prep, and Langston University. Maurice, Prince, and Gary Woods here. Gary, what did you see from the first half that really stood out to you the most?
Man, you know, I saw a defense that was resilient. I saw a defense that was showing a significant amount of improvement over previous weeks. Execution. I saw a defensive coordinator that, you know, was coaching the defense up in between every single play. And I also saw kids who were responding to that coaching. Offensively, I saw, you know, an offense that was trying to work some things out. Again, they were demonstrating great flexibility. They were giving a lot of effort, you know, and I think they're figuring out that you got to run right at crossings. You can't try to run sideline to sideline because they're putting so much pressure on there. And then I also saw McElwee, you know, both running the ball and passing the ball, really, really trying to settle in and execute, keeping his eyes downfield and not worrying about the contact.
Well, I had some questions coming into this, and you know, just talking about what did I see. And I had made the comment, you had made a comment of some things. Empty the chamber. I see a defense tonight that's emptying the chamber.
Yeah.
They are playing they've played the 2 quarters. They got to finish out this game.
Yep.
But I did see that. I've seen them have some fun.
Yep.
I've seen a little razzle-dazzle. I've seen a little spunk. I've seen a little fire.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I wanted to see. And in terms of finishing what you start, they got to do that in the second half. But
right.
One thing you had asked for is come in there, let's line some things up, and let's execute.
Yeah.
We've seen that. You've seen that on so many different levels. So they're checking the box on all those things so far, and the numbers do reflect that.
Mm-hmm.
Total offensive numbers right now for the Knights is 46 yards of total offense.
Wow.
Millwood, 98.
Okay, we're just not punching it in.
Exactly. So you're getting that, and you've had the opportunities, but you haven't been able to cash the check on what you've been seeing.
And then when you look at the points for the Knights, they've kicked a field goal, which was what, a 35-yarder?
35-yarder.
And then the next score came off of an interception from, McAwee tried to force one in there, caused, a turnover. They were able to take the ball down within the 10-yard line, and then they were able to convert that.
Now,
so they haven't really driven the ball the length of the field.
No, they haven't. Not at all. And that being said, that's what makes me always pay attention to who you play and how you play. Now, again, this Crossing Christians team has been impressive.
Yeah.
But they did lose. They had one game where they didn't score any points, but against Chandler, they lost by 2, 18-16 in that game. They blew out Star Spencer. They beat Jones by 10. They beat Prague by 15. They beat Kellyville by 30. They beat Meeker by 30-plus points. What that's telling me here is this is the front-running team.
Yeah.
They haven't been in too many dogfights.
Right.
So tonight, at the end of the season, the coach, if I'm Coach Jonathan Keithley, I'm happy because my team is getting tested tonight, and that's what the playoffs are going to be, adversity.
Yeah.
And to your point, they haven't done anything offensively that makes you say, okay, if you're going into next week and you're like, okay, boy, this is a loaded team with the talent and all those other things. You're not seeing it. Or the Falcons are showing you how to shut that down and have been game changers on the defensive side of the ball.
The truth of the matter is the Falcons are showing you what they're capable of because, Mo, they're throwing everything at Millwood as it relates to both pass blitzing and run blitzing. We've seen plays where they're blitzing a linebacker from the outside, a linebacker from the inside. They're pulling out all the stops. They're going for punt blocks. They're trying to set up the return game. They're really trying to do everything they can to spark some production offensively for them. And they're also trying to force turnovers on defense. But quite honestly, it's 9-8, Mo. And the only sustained drive that ended in a score was Millwood driving the ball on them.
Right, exactly. And again, that's what we're saying. This has been a field position game. And I'm going to be honest here. We don't often talk like this, especially when you and I do a broadcast, but I'm going to be forthright tonight and just absolutely say
I'm starting to rub off on you.
And that is this. Crossing Christian hasn't seen this level of athleticism.
Oh, good point.
Because what they've played against, when I listed off all those teams, all those teams are struggling, except for Star Spencer, who we know is young. They're young. They're in the same position as Millwood is for that matter. But other than that, their schedule does not possess any team that has – they're not playing bags.
No, they're not playing bags.
They're not.
The most athletic team they have on their schedule is Chandler.
Exactly. And what we know is in Chandler, if we hadn't turned the ball over, that would have been a game there as well. But the level of athleticism that they're going to see the next few weeks is going to be crucial to their success. So this is a good thing for them to see because they're not faster than Millwood.
No, they're not.
And if you're saying the scheme was solid, the scheme has been neutralized by Millwood's front line and by that pressure that they've been able to apply tonight.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And if there's ever a time for them to perhaps evaluate or self-evaluate themselves, I'm thinking that this is going to be a tape that they're going to take back and they're going to study it to try to prepare themselves because right now Millwood is showing next week's opponent, I don't even know who that is. Hey, you know what? If you can throw some 3-4 at them, and if you can do some different things in terms of run blitzes and coverages, you might be able to neutralize this Crossing Christians offense.
And the initial pressure being applied by the Falcons defense is causing Drew Wood, the quarterback, to double pat the ball.
Yeah, he's patting the ball.
And when I see quarterbacks patting the ball, that makes me nervous. Not that makes me nervous, but that makes me nervous if I'm the coaching staff because I know
he's unsure.
He's unsure of what he's seeing.
Yeah, he's unsure. Patting the ball is never good.
And that's just the way that goes. And that's the way it goes. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more and get ready for some adjustments that Coach Wood would like to see as the seniors are being recognized on the field. Of course, you've got Darwin Franklin down there, of course, with his daughter down there.
Yep.
for halftime. You've got Hit the Man Henderson down there. You've got Asher Earl, Donovan Chaney down there. And then, of course, you just had another Falcon introduced down there on the field. That would be Darius Jones down here standing at the 25-yard line. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon football. 9-8 is the score. A 1-point game. Man, this thing is not over. Sponsored by SSM Health St. Anthony, OG&E, and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores. We'll be right back.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options and lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
The way you like them at 4709 North Lincoln Boulevard.
All right, we are back. Isaiah Leonard being helped out on the field there, not missing this moment. I know he got banged up a little bit in the first half there, Gary.
Yeah.
But he's out there doing it again. He's been a star for this Millwood team, having a punt return touchdown. We got a chance to see him out there, and it's just great for, again, the family environment that Millwood has and the camaraderie that the players and all the teammates seem to have for each other. And another Falcon getting introduced out there, of course, Marlon Nolette being recognized right now, the kicker getting out there.
And then next up
of course,
is
how about that? And he's being escorted by none other than
Principal Evans. He's actually a foreign exchange student.
Right, exactly.
So yeah, he's not doesn't have his parents with him here in the United States, but he has Mr. Evans, and Mr. Evans is actually,
Mr. Evans is everybody's daddy.
He's everybody's daddy. Yeah, you get in that high school, and then also too we got Frank Smith. Frank. Being a senior linebackers, actually having a really good first half of tonight's game, and he's out there with his parents as well. All fall sports are being recognized.
Right.
So if you're a senior and you play a fall sport, you have the opportunity to be recognized at halftime at the final football game of the season. And so congratulations to all of our seniors.
Now, of course, Coach Franklin's out there now. So what are the coaches for Millwood back there? What's going on right now there with, Coach Batson down there? What is Coach Henderson? What are they discussing? Coach Black? What are they talking about?
So you're going to have two separation. First of all, it's an extended halftime because of senior night. So they have extra time. Also, you're going to have a separation of offensive breakdown, defensive breakdown. The good news is that you have the iPad so that you can kind of see a little bit about where we misaligned and make adjustments. You're going to have, Donovan Woods, as the defensive coordinator, talking through the defense. He's going to look at the areas where we had misplays. He's going to do the corrections, and then he's going to tee the defense up for what we're going to take a look at defensively the second half. Then Coach Black and the offensive staff, they're going to be doing the exact same thing. They're going to be talking through where we're getting beat, what plays we need to maybe push aside, what plays we want to come back to in the second half. Looking at also, too, some of the run plays or the passing plays that were perhaps near misses. Like, for instance, the play that Ricky Hunt was able to catch, but then he lost balance and fell down. I strongly predict that we're going to come back to that in the second half.
I think so as well, but a lot of things to talk about because basketball's just around the corner too, Gary.
Yep.
The basketball teams will open up their season on Tuesday, November 23rd, on the road at a very familiar place in some of the best matchups of the season. you get to check out is when they take on Heritage Hall.
Oh, man, yeah, that's always a great matchup. Excited to see this basketball program. Coach Jeffries has a unique group of young men. You know, there's been some guys who have moved into the district, and some of which are pretty high profile, talented. First time I've ever seen, since A.J. Hawkins, you know, a 6'5" swing guard. And the Breath kid, and so you know we're pretty excited to see.
And there's some dynamic freshmen.
And there's some dynamic freshmen as well. And also some returning guys.
Right.
Kobe Law still there. Willie Mays still there. You know, after tonight, Ricky Hunt, he's going to be making his way over as well. And then Carlos Strong,
Darius
Jones. Those three players are going to be joining the basketball team, kind of rounding that out. So excited. And they have good numbers, too.
That's what I said, depth. They're going to have some depth as well.
Yeah.
As far as the Lady Falcons go, Coach Dava Albert, you had a chance to talk to her on the Millwood Falcon Coaches Show a couple of weeks ago, and she's eagerly anticipating this. You still have the law firm down available to you. We don't have the Gramblings.
No,
anymore.
we don't.
I don't have the Gramblings, but as long as you've got the two sisters.
Yeah, I'm blanking. What's their names?
I want to say
the Brown.
The Brown sisters. Yeah,
Anaya. Yeah. So unique. So we just graduated 1,000 point scores.
Yes, with Talia
and Nicole Kramer. But now we have some dynamic freshmen who have that same potential that are coming in their day one starters.
Right.
And that's exciting.
Yeah.
That doesn't even.
When you start talking about the Brown sisters, we're talking about Araya and Anaya.
Yep.
So you still have that core to bring
you have Nana. Araya graduated. She's at Friends University now.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about the freshman, the one that came in last year that I was crazy about. But anyway, we'll be sharper on this when we get to the coaches show once the basketball season starts. Right now our brains are in football. But let me say this. The basketball season is going to be very exciting. Again, another sport where there's a significant youth movement, but never before have we had two freshman players who are coming in with national ranks. We have a freshman, a girl. Actually, it's a Hurrah, Sincere Hurrah's little sister. I'm blanking on Brandy Hurrah. And then, of course, there's also a young man on the basketball team who is also a national rank. Both of these freshman players already receive offers from Power 5 conferences already.
And it's great that they'll be playing on the wood. So they open up their season, and we'll talk more about that, of course, as we get closer to basketball season. That's Tuesday, November 23rd at the Hall. That's where we will see the official start of the season. We'll take our final timeout of halftime. We'll be back. The second half will begin right after that. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores, OG&E, and SSM Health St. Anthony.
When you see someone owning where they've been and where they're going, you gotta let them know. I see you. Yes, you. Okay, confidence. Okay, career. Okay. Your glow up deserves recognition, but you need a stylish ride that's equipped to continue the journey with you. And that's the all-new 2022 Hyundai Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EV. It'll have you saying, okay, Hyundai. Visit HyundaiUSA.com to learn more. It's your journey, and it's worth noticing. Call 1-888-979-3440 for offer terms and details.
And we are back. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods getting ready to bring you the action. The seniors have all been recognized. Both teams are out doing their stretching, what they need to do, Gary. Millwood will get the ball. The Knights will get the ball to start the second half of this game. It's important that the Falcon defense does not allow what just took place to distract them from what they need to do.
Right. Now it's time, okay, the senior festivities is over. Now the seniors have come into the realization that this is the last half of high school football that they will ever play. And so now it's time to get locked in. And, you know, I think the prep was done, with a lot of the key players in at half, both offensively and defensively. And so now it's all about going out and closing this thing out. The score is virtually, Mo, 0-0.
Right.
It's 9-8, so we're at 0-0, and it's time to play a better half, the second half, than the first half.
No question about it. And the Falcons will kick the ball away, and back to receive the ball deep for the Knights will be number 6. Nate Rouse is back there, as well as Mason Snyder back there. I expect the Knights to come out with a little bit more fire too, Gary. Again, this is a playoff push. They need to make some statements and some adjustments on some things to be playoff ready. Because of the fans who made the trip to be here for Crossings Christian's going to say right now, they're saying, okay, I know what we're supposed to have next, but I'm not seeing too much.
And, they have a pretty good crowd over there, Mo, and they've been pretty quiet tonight.
Yeah, we don't know that their kickoff is away, and the ball is going to be fielded and taken out of bounds by Bennett Baker right at about the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Knights from that spot.
Yeah, that was like I said, that onside sort of high onside sort of kick. Again, wanting no return, playing this thing really conservative. Coach Woods is out there on the. I don't know why he doesn't get a sideline warning. He's my brother, but I'm just going to tell you, he's way out on the field. but
I won't tell him you said it.
Well, I will.
Just hope nobody else heard that. 4 receivers now, and the ball's being snapped into the hands of Wood, and Wood trying to get the ball and on the play, making the play. Carlos Strong, nothing doing there, maybe a gain of 1.
Yeah, he ran right into the arms of Carlos Strong, and so, again, Coach Woods is looking at this thing one play at a time, and he's making the right call based upon the scouting report and tendencies.
All right, going to work right now. Coming out with 4 receivers split once again right now. Shotgun formation for Drew Wood, who's got Silas Ward in the backfield. Inside receiver comes in motion. They fake it, going to swing it outside. Pressure being applied. Catch is made for a gain of about 3 or 4 yards down the field. Logan McGowan, and again, nothing going for Drew Wood down the field. He's having to go through all his progressions,
right.
And so far the Falcon defense has steadied that consistent pressure and been able to bring that all day long.
And Xavier Thompson is on the tackle. He made a great play. Xavier plays corner and he plays safety as a true freshman. That is quite the football IQ to be able to switch from one skill to the next.
3rd down and 4, 3 receivers to the right side, standing inside at the 30-yard line, calling the inside slot receiver Logan McGowan in motion, trying to create some space, and they're going to make the play coming across on that route tree, coming across on that dig route, coming across the formation. Mason Snyder's going to get a 1st down at midfield, a gain of nearly 12 yards, maybe 15 yards on that play.
Yeah, Crossings did a good
14.
job of having the motion come across like a fake jet sweep that resulted in a flat route, but then they replaced the linebacker or the safety who followed that flat route with a dig route.
We got a Falcon down on the field being looked at inside the 30-yard line right now, so the training staff is coming out to look at him right now. And while they're there, Gary, that was one of the few times the Falcons were not able to get pressure in the face of Drew Wood, and Drew Wood was able to go through his progressions and come across on that dig route right now.
And right before that play actually happened, I was kind of looking at how
the injured player is number 23. That is Chaz Doolin. He's able to walk off on his own power.
But I was looking at the blitz game that's being dialed up, and one of the things that we have to be careful of is, specifically I'm talking about Cameron Carter, he needs to hold the fake and try to time the snap. He's showing the blitz way early, and it's giving the offensive line the opportunity to adjust.
Okay, we got 4 receivers, trips to the right side. Wood's going to roll to the right side of the field, looking for a receiver. Throws it out in the flat. That pass is going to be caught by Mason Snyder, and he steps out of bounds after a gain of 12 or 13 yards. Nice job there by Snyder. Once again, attacking the edge, moving the pocket, making that Falcon defense have to want it.
Yeah, that time they were outside on the edge, and in addition to that, they're running a flood concept, and so usually when you flood a zone, somebody's going to be open. I think the key to stopping that is making sure that we make the adjustments with the defensive tackles to try and contain the quarterback and keep him in the pocket.
Okay, that's going to be a first down after a gain of 10. 4 receivers, 2 split on either side. Ball snapped. Wood's going to put it. There's a little trouble with the exchange, and this time the beneficiary of that troubled exchange was the Knights, as the ball ends up in the hands of Silas Ward, and Silas Ward takes the ball into Falcon territory. He's going to put the ball down at the 36-yard line there, Gary.
Yeah, the outside linebackers for the Falcons are really struggling with the containment piece, and the reason why is because they're taking inside charges. They really need to be mindful of the fact that when they engage that slot receiver who's trying to pin them in, they have to work very hard to fight across their face.
All right.
Like right
Coming
now.
on the jet sweep, trying to turn the corner is Mason Snyder. Nothing doing. Nice job there on the edge by Alonzo. Hit the man Henderson. Holds it to maybe a gain of 1 on the play as the ball's down at the 34-yard line. They're going to mark it with a gain of 2.
You know, Isaiah Leonard was also involved in that play, but he's getting up limping, actually. So something's going on there. And hopefully we can get him figured out and get him back in the game.
3rd down and 4. Big stop here. Big opportunity for the Falcons. They need it. Falcons are bringing more players into the box now. We got 2 receivers split on either side.
We're misaligned.
And trying to get this thing figured out as Coach Wood is changing something, and they're going to call a timeout with 2 seconds on the play clock, using their first timeout of this. And this tells you how important this drive was. He was not willing to take a penalty here. They're trying to score and put the Falcons on the defensive side right now. They're only down 1. But again, they're trying to put the pressure on them. Let's take a timeout. We'll be right back. You're listening to Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores, OG&E, and SSM Health St. Anthony.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options, lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
At participating locations only. Prices may vary. Tax extra.
Welcome back to the good. 1-point game, and the Falcons need to stop here on 3rd down. Back to live action. Woods calls for it. He's going to step back, going to fake it, going to roll right. Going to throw it to the outside, and the pass is going to be caught.
Oh, you got to wrap up Xavier.
Didn't wrap him up, but Logan McCowan catches it and then lunges forward and will have enough for a first down, getting the Crossing Christian crowd all pumped up for the first time tonight as that reception is being made inside the 25-yard line. They're going to mark it. It looks like, is that the 25? Or where's that ball spotted at there?
That
Gary?
ball looked like it's like on the 27-yard line.
27-yard line.
And let me tell you, I mean, the Crossing Christians fans over there on the visitor side, they're really excited because this is actually their first drive of the game.
4 receivers now. Trips to the left side. Ball to snap. Woods fakes it, and this time he runs past the blitz. A nice job running the ball that time by number 24, Silas Ward. Silas Ward takes it down inside the 25. They're going to mark him down at what looks to be the 22. Gain of 5.
Yeah, he was brought down by Nathan Johnson. Tell you, he had broken a couple of tackles, and Nathan was there to bring him down. He's the cornerback there, the left cornerback for the Falcons.
That particular play, folks, the Falcons brought the blitz, what I call a bullets blitz. Both outside linebackers came up, but that left the middle of the field wide open. 4 receivers. Now Drew is going to throw left, rolling left, and he gets the ball out into the flats. And they're making the Falcons tackle in space as Lowen McGowan makes another reception, and he's going to take the ball down for a first down at the 11-yard line.
Yeah, that bench route, which is the flat route, is wide open. It's just that right now what's happening is Crossing Christian, they're throwing that to the field, and that's where there's a lot of room to work. And as a result of it, you're getting some additional yards after the catch.
Right, and that's a big deal here because, Gary, they've gotten inside the head of Drew Wood to make him stop and find out where the receivers is. And the reception's being made on the hot route there as Lowen McGowan kicks another reception. No gain on the play, or yes, there is gaining 2 down to the 9. So what I was saying is Drew Wood, they've settled him down at halftime, Gary.
Yeah.
And they've showed him, okay, here's where you throw the ball. And so far, the Falcons are going to have to counter that adjustment on that flat route that you keep talking about.
Yeah, and the key to that is the linebackers are the ones that usually are responsible for the shallow flat route, and then your safety and corner, they're the ones that are deep, that are responsible for the deeper route concepts.
All right, the inside slot receiver comes in motion. That is Lowen McCowan again, and they're going to throw it a bullet across the middle of the field, and that's going to be caught for a touchdown by Mason Snyder, who came in on a slant route. And again, that jet sweep motion cleared out, and then they ran that area, what we called it before, threw it where the linebacker was.
That's right. That's right. And it just basically threw that replacement route, a void route, and it was there.
So that touchdown play caps what will be for them a 11-play, 70-yard drive for a touchdown there, which has been the best offensive possession of the night for the Knights. And now we're going to see if the extra point can go through by Matthew Jotliff. And the extra point is through the uprights. Almost kicks it on the roof of the multi.
I know.
On the
I'm
multi-sport.
like, golly, this kid has a leg.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores, OG&E, and SSM Health St. Anthony's. We'll be right back.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options and lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
They had a nice little come to Jesus talk in the locker room,
and that's the fear of when you have senior night, because everybody's not in there to hear everything. So you have to make adjustments after the fact and try to tell players after the fact. Where Crossing Christians, all their players were in the locker room.
Yeah.
The trouble with senior night, I mean, it's just any halftime, anything that keeps the football players.
Yeah, right. Any halftime festivity is sometimes a distraction. Return that.
All right, so the ball ends up in the hands. Oh, they're going to fake it. Xavier Thompson still has it. He tries to run around the field. Xavier hits the Jets, and what great pursuit that time. And being brought down an open field is by Fisher Roby, tackling Xavier Thompson, who faked the run, the handoff to Ricky Hunt. That time he might want to have given it to him.
I was thinking that exact same thing, Mo. I was like, man, you know, we're going to fake it to Ricky, but no one bid. I would have just given it to Ricky. Especially when Ricky was actually coming downhill with a full head of steam. I just would have gave it to him and said, hey, get as much as you can.
Right. So the ball was returned by Xavier Thompson, and it will be 1st and 10 from the Falcons at the 22-yard line. Clock is set in motion. 4 receivers right now. And McElwee in shotgun formation with Henderson standing in his hip pocket to the left. Ball snap. McElwee's going to put it up, setting up a screen pass, and that pass is intercepted.
Wow.
And going into the end zone for a pick 6. Touchdown, Crossing Christian. The receiver never saw the pass, and that went to the end zone. Great play by Blake Meek, who picked that ball off and took it to the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, on that play, I actually saw I saw the Mike backer. I saw both outside linebackers. They were all blitzing. And when I saw that, I thought to myself, okay, we don't have enough guys to block, and they did a great job of rotating and in covering with the backers, the short out routes, and McElwee just threw it right to him.
So just like that, it is now 22-8, pending the Matthew Jotliff extra point. And he puts it through the uprights again. And that changes the complexity on the game so far. The PAT is good. So now they lead 23-8, Gary. You know,
just like that.
Just like that. So now, if you're the Falcons, you got to regroup now, and you got to get back on the field of play. and you got to finish this off. Now, again, momentum came out early, but if you can come back and score a touchdown, this game is still very much what it is, a game.
You know, so we had a kickoff return. We line up. First play out the bat, we're going to try to throw it. We should have been running the football.
Well, that's true, but I mean, we've had some negative things coming out here, so we've had a little bit of a storm. So now we got to show some growth by the team because the Knights drove down the field, scored. We talked about that. You tried a little razzle-dazzle here. That didn't work. And then you back that up with you compound the problem with an interception.
Yeah,
so
but like I said, I'm just saying, rhythm, new game, it's almost like starting from, it's almost like the beginning of every game, right? Rhythm. Run the ball, try play, and then start opening things up, Well,
tough spot.
Tough spot.
All right. And the kickoff is away, and it's going to bounce out of bounds inside the 30. So it will be 1st and 10 Falcons from the 35-yard line.
So the offense is going to go right back out there. They're going to take the field. Now the question becomes, what's going to be what mentality? What's going to be the play call? Are we going to try to establish a rhythm, or are we going to try to do something to get, try to score fast?
Right. And to me, there's too much football to be played. We're still at 6:05 in the third. There's still plenty of time, but you've got to do something, here to get this right. So here we go. And before things get started, offside should have been. The play was not blown dead. So was it a bad snap or somebody didn't call it? It looked ugly. I mean, that was real ugly.
Well, nobody moved. Some guys moved, some guys didn't.
They're saying that was nothing. So it's 2nd down and 10 from that spot, Gary.
Yeah.
So 2nd down and 10. So we're going to say nothing happened on that. So from that spot, clock continues to roll as we're at 5.5 in the third. So 3 receivers right now. Single back formation. And before things get started now, there is a flag thrown.
Illegal participation.
Is it too many?
Yeah. They have a double tight, and they had 3 receivers.
Yeah, that will do it. That's the definition of that.
Huh? Illegal participation.
All right, so so that's going to move the ball back to the 30-yard line. So setting up 2nd down and 15. And throwing the ball deep, trying to make a play, and that pass is incomplete, trying to get the ball in the hand of Ricky Hunt Jr.
When you said earlier that, and this is not a criticism, this is just an observation, when you were saying that, McElwee is throwing it with arm, he's not setting his feet. The reality of it is that when you throw a football, you throw it just as much with your legs and your lower body as you do with your upper body. And so he really needs to get his feet under him and push and transfer his weight to get more on the ball.
3 receivers now. McElwee's going to put it up, throws a beautiful pass across the middle of the field. That pass is going to be intercepted again. Nate Rouse has it. Nate Rouse is returning the ball inside the 30-yard line, and it looks like he's going to be brought down to the 28, and the Knights are sensing the weakness in the Falcons right now, that odd aura. You feel it right now, and the Knights are seizing the opportunity right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely is not looking like,
So the ball was intercepted at the 42-yard line and returned back to the Millwood 30. So 1st and 10 from that spot. And here they go to work. You got a bunch formation to the left, 3 receivers. Ball snapped, and they're going to hand the ball right up the middle of the field. And with a nice gain there, number 31 for Crossing Christian takes the ball that time. And that pass is going to be a gain of, I'd say, 5 yards as he takes the ball down to the 25.
Yeah, again, now.
2nd down and 5.
Now Crossing is just coming with a formation, a bunch formation that's going to be pulling players out of the box to try to create some run opportunities for them so that they can begin to milk the clock.
4 receivers, 1 back in the backfield. Drew's going to swing it out, and he does to McGowan. McGowan hitting the gear shift button to the outside, catches the ball and takes it inside the 20. They're going to mark him down after he gets a first down. They're going to say the 17-yard line.
Again, throwing the ball out there on the flat route.
Gain of 7.
You can't get blocked one-on-one on the outside. You have to defeat the receiver and replace him. Replace him, like beat him, replace him on the heels, and get ready to make the tackle. And, like right now, that's just an area of struggle right now for the Falcons in the secondary.
4 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the third. 23-8 is the score. 4 receivers, 2 split on either side for Drew Wood. Wood claps for it, fakes the handoff, tries to get it up the middle, and dancing around is Peyton Brady. That's who the ball carrier is, taking the ball inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line.
Good tackle by Cameron Carter.
So now, second down and up. Well, make sure I got that right. It's not the 15, it's the 13-yard line, so let me correct that. And they break the huddle with 4 receivers now. Shotgun formation. Drew Wood in shotgun. Ball snapped.
Nobody
Wood's
in the
swing
flats.
it. Going to throw it back over there in the area where no one was, and that catch is going to be made.
It's a flag
by
down.
Peyton Brady, but there is a flag down at about the 13-yard line. So let's see what that penalty is officially here. Have not seen what the call is. But based upon the direction the Knights are headed, it's against them. And is it going to be holding?
No, it's a clip.
Okay, so it's clipping. So clipping is the penalty. Clipping is the big one. That moves the ball back beyond the 20-yard line out to the 28. So second down now and 21. 4 receivers, trips to the right side. Wood's going to throw it up in the flats, and that pass is going to be caught on another route tree that was really, really executed well by Mason Snyder on the dig route, or that levels route, where you've got everybody running different versions of basically an out. And at that particular time, the middle guy caught the pass, and it was a nice catch as he takes the ball down inside the 10-yard line or right down to the 9.
Yeah, when you run a flood concept, it's important that you cover deep, rally up on the shallow, and what's happening is we're jumping on the shallow route because they've completed it, and now we're giving up the route behind it.
So third down and about 2, and
Draw play.
To work.
A shovel.
Draw play.
It was a shovel.
Shovel pass, and that's going to take the ball down to the 5-yard line. It's going to be enough to first and goal for the Knights. So opening up the playbook completely in the second half of this game. We've seen a little bit of everything from the Knights here. Now, first and goal with 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the third. 3 receivers, twins to the right side. In the backfield right now, Peyton Brady. Wood calls for it. Hands it off to Brady. Brady's running with the lead blocker out.
Great play by Cameron Carter.
And Cameron Carter is going to bring him down. And Cameron Carter is going to be very, very careful there. He almost overstepped over the receiver there. They could have called a penalty, but as Brady goes down, they're going to call a timeout as he's down on the ground. But Gary, real quick, as they're checking on the status of him, talk about the play that Cameron Carter just made.
Well, that was just I'm trying to think if it was a jet sweep or if it was an outside zone, one of the two.
Outside zone.
But it definitely, I saw Cameron coming from the inside out. Anytime you see a linebacker with the ability to just accelerate and run a play down from the inside out like that and catch it before it could turn the corner, that's a whole nother level of athleticism and a whole nother level of burst. And so this young man can run, and you got to remember, he's roughly about 6 foot, he's about 205 pounds, and he's 14.
And you said burst.
And he could burst.
That wasn't a burst. That was an explosion. Because the way he blew that play up, it was quite dramatic to see. Yes, the injured player is Peyton Brady, the one that Cameron Carter was able to bring down. He walks off under his own power. He's able to get up.
Yeah, he's done that several times tonight. Which again, for a linebacker, that's pretty special. I mean, you can make some highlights out of that, and that's going to get some coaches' attention. Anytime you
didn't you say you wanted something on tape?
Well, you know what? This is, again, a freshman that's putting those kind of plays on film. That's good. He's showing a level of athleticism that's not commonly seen every day.
All right, 1:52 to go in the third. We're back to live action now. 4 receivers, trips to the right side. Drew Wood in shotgun formation. Ball is snapped. Wood's going to roll right. He's going to throw the flat route, but no one knew who that was for. In the area was Logan McGowan and also Mason Snyder. Pass incomplete. Third down.
Yeah, he kind of threw that in no man's land. It's like, I don't know if he was trying to hit the route behind or the route in front.
Well, the receivers clearly didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So third down. Here's an opportunity again. Let's see if the Falcons can get off the field, Gary. It's very important right now. Again, momentum starts by making a play. And then once you make a play, something good can happen out of it. So 4 receivers again, trips to the right side. Look for that flood concept again. They're going to throw it to the opposite side. And that pass is there.
He finally got him one.
And they're not going to catch him. Lonzo Henderson with a pick 6 of his own. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. Will he run out of gas?
Caught. No, he's not. He made it.
He's going to get it to the end zone for a pick 6.
Wow.
On senior night, he read the play beautifully, Gary.
Was that an 85-yarder?
That was close to that because that ball was inside the 10-yard line. I want to say it's close to that. I want to say it's an 88-yarder.
88-yarder. Wow, that was a great. He's been getting so close to getting an interception from the defensive end position because he does such a good job of getting his hands up. And we kept saying, one of these games, he's going to catch him one. And lo and behold, the last game of the season, he shows great athleticism, catches it off of one hand, pulls it down, and goes the distance. Again, that's a highlight that you can show a college coach that he can play linebacker, he can play defensive end, he got skills, and he has speed.
He does taxis, he does windows, he'll drive a truck, he'll do everything that you ask him to, folks. All right, going for 2, Ricky Henderson is the quarterback now. Ricky Hunt. Yeah, I did say Ricky Henderson.
Yeah.
The 2-point conversion attempt is no good as they cut that play off.
Yeah, the Hall of Famer out there.
Well, future Hall of Famer, okay? All right? Don't hurt me now. All right, so that 2-point conversion attempt is no good. So no 2-point conversion.
Now, here's my question,
But
Mo.
it's 23-14.
Here's my question. Are we going to be able to get Lonzo, the hitman Henderson, back after going 88 yards on a pick 6? Or are we going to have to set him down, give him some oxygen, stretch him out, maybe give him an IV?
Well, if I know Henderson, he's not going to sit on the sideline for too long.
Yeah.
He might miss it on kickoff return, but I know the Bill Belichick thing. If you put him out there again, you know what you do. You throw right back at him. Remember in the Dallas Cowboy game against the Patriots a couple of weeks ago when I thought, what is his brother? Stephon Diggs' brother, Trayvon Diggs from Dallas Cowboys, had a pick 6. On the very next,
threw right back at him, and he gave up a touchdown.
Right?
Yeah, I saw that.
So if you're going to do that, that's exactly what you do. So right now he needs to catch his breath and then get back on the field. But you got to be smart about it. Now the question is, based upon the 2 interceptions that have been thrown by McElwee, do you put Ricky Hunt back there and see what he can do in the second half of this, in the late stages of this third and fourth quarter here?
No, what I'd do is I'd stay with what I'm going to do and just figure out a way not to put McElwee in a situation where he has to throw the ball. I would go back to running the football like, I wanted to do coming out of the half.
All right, so they're going to go for the onside kick, and it fails. Nolet kicked it, and it was well fielded by Luke Olson, who was ready for it, and it'll be 1st and 10 Knights from the 49-yard line. And that took a little bit of the air out of the Knights sideline now, as the Falcons now find themselves get back close to the game now. They're within 9.
Yeah, yeah.
But they need a stop here.
Yeah, they need a stop, and again, they need to establish something. Hopefully, if they can get the ball, they can control the entire last quarter of the game.
All right, going
Great
to work
play
right now.
Oh, come on and tackle somebody,
and
man.
then trying to bring the man down. That is Silas Ward, who takes the ball down to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, again, it's important that they got to learn to stop at the heel line and make these plays instead of running past the tackles. I'm sorry, I got a little excited. The coach in me came out.
2nd down and 6. Yeah, it wasn't. He didn't just come out. He jumped out. You wanted somebody to make a tackle there, Coach.
I wanted somebody to make a tackle.
You're trying to implore the Falcons over the microphone.
And we need a score so we can get back in this game, Mo.
4 receivers, trips to the right side. Wood standing at midfield. He's going to put it up, swing it to the outside. He does swing it once again to Ward. And Ward is going to be swung out of bounds by Dedrick Jones on that play. And Jones is going to bring him down inside the 45 at the 43. So
yeah,
a gain of 2.
That was a good open field tackle by Jones. I mean, he made sure he wrapped him up. He want to make sure that, we fit him and use a little bit more leverage, but hey, got him out of bounds.
Now, this should be the last play of the third quarter, 15 seconds, but they're going to go for it here. This is a big play here. The Falcons need to hone in. 4 receivers. And Carlos Strong jumps across the line, and that will give the Knights a first down as time expires at the end. Oh, they're going to say it's going to stop the clock at 4 seconds. That was huge.
Yeah, I mean, Carlos is sitting right over the football. Watch the ball. Stop listening to the cadence. Just gotta calm down. Just because it's the fourth quarter doesn't mean that you have to, lose focus. Stay locked in. Stay disciplined. Stay mature.
All right. So that will give them a first down as time expires in the third quarter. We'll be right back for the start of the fourth quarter in just a minute. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores, OG&E, and SSM Health St. Anthony.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options and lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
And we're back, ready to start the fourth quarter now. 4 receivers, trips to the right side. They're going to work and right up the middle with a big run coming up through by Silas Ward. It's going to be brought down just shy of the 30-yard line. They're going to bring him down at the 32.
Yeah, again,
gain of 6.
Like I said, the focus here is you got to be able to stop at the heel line. You got to be able to determine run pass as you're winning the line of scrimmage. You got to play with your eyes. I mean, that's the next stage of progression for our defensive line going into the spring, learning how to recognize run pass while you're winning the line of scrimmage.
4 receivers now, 2 split on either side. They're going to do a jet sweep coming across the edge and makes one Falcon miss in the backfield, and he might take it to the house, which is going to be brought down. Mason Snyder was able to outrun Jones on the outside that time, and it's going to be a first down for the Knights inside the 15-yard line at the 14, 1st and 10.
Yeah, I mean, jet sweep, 3 opportunities for a tackle for loss, missed all 3 of them. And so, again, the guys are in position to make the play. They just have to finish it out.
Gain of 18 on the play. So now we've got 4 receivers, trips to the right side, under 11 to play in the game. Woods in shotgun formation, standing at the 20. Ball snap. Woods going to put it up. Throws it over the middle of the field, and that pass is deflected. And then a flag comes in the area of pass interference. We'll see what the call officially is.
I don't think it was pass interference. Even though the flag is down, it was great coverage by the secondary. You know, I tell you, Nathan Johnson had great coverage. He was on top of the wide receiver. He was able to get his – they're backing us up. They're backing them up.
So the penalty they're saying is against
crossings.
Okay. So but he's pointing toward the Falcons. So maybe the penalty was against crossing, but I don't know. It looks like a legal man downfield or something, because I don't know why he's signaling toward the Falcons and backing up the Knights. But now that which is the case, we'll take it. So we'll take an eligible receiver
downfield
down to the 19, but he pointed the wrong direction. All right, going to work right now. Nothing happening in the middle of the field, so no gain. So that will be that way. So second down and 15. And 10:22 to go. 23-14 is the score. All right, going to work. 4 receivers, trips to the right side. Ball is snapped. Woods going to throw it up. And going into the end zone, the pass is incomplete. But Xavier Thompson does come up with it, but it was out of bounds.
Yeah, that was some good coverage, actually, out again by Nathan Johnson. He had a good job. He was able to stack the wide receiver on the sideline and was able to keep him from getting to that fade route to the corner of the end zone.
Third down and 15 from the 19. Under 10:03 to play. 4 receivers. This is a big.
We have a slot receiver uncovered. Okay, here we go.
All right, so here we go. Ball snap. Woods is going to put it up. Pressure coming up the middle. He unloads it and throws it out of bounds. So fourth down. The Falcons in a really good position right here, Gary.
Yeah, they are. Now let's see if they try to bring out their field goal kicker. Nope, they're going to go for it. Nope. Wait a minute. Is that a T in his hand?
Yeah, that's Matthew Joliffe. He's on the field right now.
All right.
So he's going to attempt, which will be, looks like from where he's setting up, that's going to be a 42-yard.
No, so it's a 25, 26, 27, 27
So
plus
it's a 37-yarder,
yeah.
And it's down. And the kick is blocked.
And it's a live ball, and it goes out of bounds.
So getting up and making the play.
Great play by Frank Smith. He was able to get in there and block that bad boy. Great effort by Frank. He was able to get in there, get his hands up, and block that. Again, the Falcons are alive with 9:52 left in the fourth quarter. 23-14, Mo.
Special
we might
teams
have a new ball game if we can get some offense going.
Special teams making special plays, and a great job by the Falcon front end blocking that. So now going back to work, let's see what they can do on the offensive side.
Run the football. That's what Coach Woods is saying from up here. Run the football. Let's go back to double tight. Let's go inside zone run.
So
Ricky Hunt's at quarterback.
So Ricky Hunt, I called it. So
yeah, you did.
So going to work right now, we've got.
And they're double tight.
Double tight, 2 receivers split. Ricky Hunt has the ball. And the Knights, Ricky Hunt goes right up the middle for a gain of a couple of yards, taking the ball out to the 25-yard line, gain of 3. So the ball is now spotted at the 20. Ball spotted at the 24. Let me correct that. Double tie 2 receivers, and once again, Ricky Hunt's going to try to get to the outside, makes one man miss. He cuts up the field, going to be dragged down by his jersey as he's pushed out of bounds. Taking the ball beyond the 25-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 28, I do believe.
You know, Mo, if there's one thing that I could add, if I could coach Ricky on one thing in his run game, is I would teach him to use the stiff arm more. He carries the ball, but he never used that opposite hand to keep defenders off of him.
Double tight end, and this time Ricky Hunt gets it, and this time they ran the play to the same side. And this time trying to get up off the field. And let's see, is that Alonzo hit the man who ends up had it? Yeah, Hitman had it.
He's tired.
He's going to bring him down at about the 20, let's say they're the 23-yard line now. So a loss of 5 on the play.
Yeah, Alonzo is tired. I mean, you know, he's played every single play of the game. And then when he went 88 yards for a touchdown on the pick 6, that probably zapped a lot of his energy.
All right, so Henderson's now going to kick the ball away with 8:15 to go. And the kick is up. It's away safely, and it's going to go out of bounds. And let's see where they mark it out of bounds. Is the side judge marks it up, and they're going to say he went out of bounds. The kick went out of bounds at the 40, well, they're going to say midfield. So it went out of bounds at midfield.
So now the defense has to come back out there and get a stop and get the ball back to the offense again in order for the Falcons to have a chance.
And, you know, when we start looking at that, Gary, that was a great stop by the defense. You would really hope that you could have maybe gotten something a little bit more out of that. Going to the well, you asked for them to run the ball a little bit, but a little difficult situation there. And they
good stop.
Justin Walraven is going to lose a yard on the play.
Yeah, Frank Smith did a good job. Now it appears as if the Falcons are coming off the ball and they're stopping at the heel line and getting better position to kind of stop the run game of Crossings Christian.
It took them a minute to get their bearings back to start the quarter here, but they're definitely deeply engaged now. 2nd down and 11. They need to get the ball down inside the 45, down near the 41 to the 40-yard line for a first down. 3 receivers, twins to the left side. High snap, Woods is able to corral it for the Knights. They're going to swing it into the open space, and a nice catch there by Justin Walraven. And Raven's going to have it or be close to a first down as he does get a first down at the Falcon 40-yard line.
Yeah, that was just a simple back out the backfield. That has to be picked up by the outside linebacker. You know, and like I said, now the Falcons have switched back to their base defense, which is a 4-3.
But everybody's got to know what their assignments are. So plenty of time now. 16 seconds on the play clock, officially under 7 minutes and 10 seconds in the game. Falcons need to stop and a chance with the ball again. 4 receivers right now. Wood in shotgun formation. He's got 6 seconds to snap it. He does. He gets the ball, and they're going to hand the ball right up the middle. And again, weaving through tackles, Justin Walraven taking the ball. They're going to mark him down inside the 40 at the 37-yard line. Gain of maybe 1, maybe 2 yards there.
Yeah, the guys are in really good position to make the play. They
down
just
to the
need,
37, yeah.
They just need to keep their eyes open, keep their heads up, and just wrap up and be fundamental. And they can probably get off the field in this series, provided that they don't give up any significant run or pass plays.
Coach Keithley of the Knights is doing a good job of milking the clock. So we end up with 2 receivers split. Jet sweep reverse.
They should have this.
Coming around.
They should have this.
Overran
there it is.
him,
good job.
But they cut it off and did a good job. Nice open field tackle there by Frank Smith.
Frank is having a whale of a game, by the way.
And it's under 6 to play. They're going to put the ball now. Ball will be spotted at the 38-yard line. They're going to say he lost a yard on that one, and it certainly looked like he did. As, again, it was a jet sweep reverse. They run the jet sweep, and then the player reverses action and runs back the same area that he came on a backward sweep with a lead blocker. That time the Falcons were able to cut it off and did a great job by that. Now we've got 4 receivers, trips to the right side. Wood with 6 seconds on the play clock. Ball snap. Wood's going to roll to the near side and going to flick it out to the flats, and that pass is incomplete.
Yeah, credit Carlos Strong with the hurry. He did a really good job of applying pressure, getting into the face of the quarterback for Crossing Christian.
4th down and 8, and the Knights bring out their kicking unit, their punting unit now. So we're going to see Matthew Jolift go ahead and kick this ball away and see if Asher Earl goes back to get it, see what the Falcons line up in right now. They got to be cautious here. 5:26 to go. They don't really want anything that gives them remotely a chance that the Knights may maintain possession of this ball. So we're facing, looks like they're set up for a punt, and Joe Lift gets it away, and it's going in over in, and Asher Earl.
He didn't touch it.
Is going to have the ball down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. Great kick by Joe Lift. Better decision by Asher Earl, but it was a little too close for cause there.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. You know, this is where the rules apply, right? You stand on the 10-yard line, and then if for whatever reason you have to back up, then you let it go and see what happens. But again, that hang time is something else.
Okay, 96
so
yards.
now it looks like there's a lot of late substitutions for the Falcons coming in.
So we've got 14 seconds on the play clock. Plenty of time right now and making some adjustments. And Ricky Hunt is the quarterback. He's going to roll right, fire it over to the middle of the field, but nobody was there. And again, when players come on the field late, nobody knows what's going on.
Right. It's almost a guarantee that when you have late substitutions, things are going to be out of whack.
Pass is incomplete. 2nd down and 10. 5:12 to go. So let's see if everybody gets off. And Isaiah Leonard, who's had some problems with his leg all night long, runs off the field again. Trying to get him back out there. He wants to play. This is one of his he's had an outstanding season, and he wants to finish it on the field. Ricky Hunt has it, and Ricky Hunt's going to pull it down. Dances left, dances right, nothing going there. Maybe gets a yard if he did anything there, or no gain. Looks like they're going to give him a gain of 1 on the play there, Gary.
Yeah, I mean, he, again, having a hard time, can't quite. It's hard to run, right into the teeth of a defense when the run blitzes are dialed up. And unfortunately, the Falcons are in a position to where you just can't complete a pass because your back is against the wall.
All right, Ricky Hunt's going to fire it across the middle, but he put too much pepper on it, trying to get the ball in the hand of Xavier Thompson, so it's 4th down. 4:34 here. You got to kick this ball away here, Gary. You can't simply go for it in this situation. You put the game completely out of reach.
Yeah, you're going to have to figure out how to punt it, and then you got to cover it. Now, what's tough is that Alonzo has to stand almost at the very, very back. What is that called? The back
the goal line?
The goal line, the back goal line, and make sure that he doesn't step out as he catches the ball and punts.
All right, Henderson has it. Kick is away. It's a nice high kick, and it's going to be fielded by Logan McGowan at the Millwood 34 or maybe 33-yard line. So we'll say it's at the 34. But he was good to get it out of there.
Yeah, he did. He just did get it out of there.
So it's going to be fielded again once at the Millwood 34-yard line, and that's where they'll set up shop 1st and 10. Officially 4:28 to go, 23-14. Can the defense answer the bell one more time?
Well, I mean, I would like to see the defense get a turnover, maybe a pick 6 or something, and make this thing 21-23, and let's get an onside kick or go for 2 and tie this puppy up.
All right, 4 receivers, trips to the left side, and they're going to run the ball going to the outside. Peyton Brady.
Did you see that?
Tries to get up there, and Cameron Carter cut him off. He attacked him like a cat on a prowl.
Did you see that? You see the angle in the I mean, good Lord, that boy can run. I mean, that is a gift, man. That is special when you're looking at it and the guy is 200 pounds, can run like that, and he's a freshman.
4 minutes to go. 3 timeouts that the Falcons have. We're officially under 4 to go. So the Falcons need to get a stop here on these next 2 downs to make this game interesting right now. So right now, they come out with 3 receivers, but they're running the ball here. The Falcons have got to be ready for that. And trying to come around the edge and missing some tackles, and he cuts upfield, and they're not going to catch him as he burns it to the end zone. Mason Snyder goes to the end zone for a touchdown, no flags. And that was a draw play. You don't run that play like that basically Mason Snyder was supposed to run a sweep, Gary.
Yeah.
He saw saw field position. He stopped and went right back the other direction and took it to the house.
You know, that sort of thing happens, Mo, when the defense breaks down, and that's when, you know, guys get tired, and when the ball goes away from them, they stop playing. And it creates it creates a run lane that you can drive a bus through.
Exactly. All right, 3:33 to go. 29-14 as Joliffe puts it through the uprights. Time for us to take a break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by OG&E, Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores, and SSM Health at St. Anthony. We'll be right back.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options, lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
And we're back at the good. 3 minutes and 33 seconds left. Now the Falcons need a quick score, Gary. So this is when the special teams can get it. The Falcons, you know, we were looking at a few of the numbers there during the break, but I'm going to say this right now. The Falcons need a little bit of a help from either special teams or defense again to try and get this offense jump-started.
Yeah, and this is kind of where, yes, I'm making the adjustments right now. I'm moving my guys up to try and catch the ball on the run and see if we can't get a play. And, yes, you have the high onside. You give it – oh, Cameron Carter bobbled it, but hold on to the ball, Cameron. That's all you got to do.
All right, Cameron Carter is able to maintain possession of the ball. He will be downed inside the 35-yard line at the 33, 1st and 10 from that spot. So that's where they are. But now you got to get some of your best plays that you know that you can that you know work. This is when you need to run it right now, Gary.
So McElwee is coming back into the game, and now you got 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. You know, this is a situation where you do have to throw the ball some kind of way. And it definitely appears as if we're having some challenges with personnel.
All right, 13 seconds on the play clock. We got 4 receivers, both stacked on both sides of the ball. And Ricky Hunt comes in motion right now, and they're going to give it to Ricky Hunt. And Ricky Hunt is going to throw it up the field on a throwback, trying to get the ball in the hands of Xavier Thompson. Ricky had a little bit more time. Xavier hadn't cleared the secondary yet,
right?
But the pass is incomplete.
Yeah, and you know, some of those plays, again, are being just disrupted because of a lack of protection. But also, too, you know, from a throwing mechanic standpoint, you know, you got to get your feet on the ground before you throw the ball. You can't be jumping and throwing at the same time.
4 receivers, ball snap. McElwee's going to put it up, feeling pressure, and McElwee's going to be brought down in the backfield for a loss. I think they're going to give him a loss of 1 as he's knocked down to the 32-yard line.
Yeah, it's like I said, now it's a situation where Crossing Christian, they're just dialing up every blitz in the book.
2:58 to go, 3rd down and 10. The Falcons need a first down. McElwee's going to put it up, and he gets the ball in the hands of Ricky Hunt, and Ricky dropped it.
Then, you know, that quick void route right there where they send the blitz and then you can stop right and replace the blitzer.
We talked about it at half.
We talked about it at half. It was there, but you got to catch the ball first before you take off. You can't get excited and take off before you have the ball.
All right, 4 receivers now. Trips to the right side. McElwee on 4th down is going to put it up. And they're going to throw it down the field. And that ball is deflected. And that pass will flutter to the ground, incomplete. And it'll be 1st and 10 with 2:45 to go here. And the Knights fan base and their student section is starting to sense that they've done enough
Yeah.
With time starting to be an element here as the Falcons find themselves down 16 with a chance here.
Yeah, and then now it becomes a part of, can we run the ball well enough to get under 2 minutes, and once we're there, you can kneel things out.
So 2:45, one first down basically away, Gary, from this game being over.
Yep, that's pretty much the case.
All right, 3 receivers right now. Drew Wood, shotgun formation, single back, ball snapped, and they're going to hand the ball off right up the middle, and Justin Walraven is going to take the ball inside the 30 down to the 29-yard line.
So it looks like that's a gain of about 4.
Close to that. Make that like almost like the 28-yard line.
Yeah, second down and 6.
So second down and 6, 2:22 to go here. And, of course, the play clock is about 40 seconds. So that's at 19 seconds now. They got to snap this ball. 3 receivers. Ball snapped. And again, Walraven with the delay takes it up the middle of the field right now and is going to get a first down at the 21-yard line.
Just running right past the ball carrier. You know, you got to get yourself under control. You got to stop at that heel line.
But that first down at 146 should be enough. And the coach is putting up the hands, and this looks like to be the victory formation now, Gary.
Yeah.
That they're going to be coming out in. 1:36 to go, 21 seconds. Want to thank all our sponsors for today's game: Tinker Federal Credit Union, The Kitchen by B&B Catering, David Threet's Hair Cafe, Kristen Christie Harrison of Heritage Funeral Home, Wings Supreme, the First Security Bank, The Black Chronicle, Heart and Soul 92.1, and Power 103.5, and Super Prep. And Walraven is going to take the ball down now to what will be the 19-yard line. And that'll set up second down and 8 with 1 minute to go.
Yeah.
And has a timeout been called on the field?
I think it has.
Timeout has been called. And for Crossing Christian, they will go into the playoffs. The Falcons did play one solid half of football today. We did see that. And this score is not indicative, but we did see a change. And again, with younger players, you got to keep them engaged. And the Falcons kind of let down a little bit going into
the turnovers.
Well, the turnovers, but I'm saying coming out of halftime, the energy wasn't the same.
Right. Right.
And it caught up with them a little bit.
Yeah, and then it was compounded with, 3 interceptions thrown, and then you could kind of see the body language, begin to change and shift. The energy started dropping. That's one of the things that I was
back to
concerned
live
about.
action. All right, 3 receivers. Ball snapped, and Woods is going to hand it off. Is that Walraven coming around to the outside? And Walraven is running it out. And did he get – he's going to be brought down inside the 5-yard line at the 2-yard line. And, again, the Falcons not tackling in space there. But, again, this is about district points, so don't be surprised as Crossing is trying to get a higher seed.
Right.
Again, these points matter. We're under a minute to go here, 23 seconds. So the team starts coming up there, so it looks like
they're going to go for it and score.
No, it looks like they're going to the victory formation. The team's lining up. Coach Kelty is basically, you're right.
Shotgun formation. They're trying to score.
And ball snapped and
he kneeled it. Okay.
So that will be the final play of the game, as 30-14 will be the final score tonight. The Falcons will fall tonight over the course of that to 4-6 on the season. And we will be back in just a minute here with the Big O's Pork and Dreams halftime show in just a minute. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by OG&E, Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores, and SSM Health at St. Anthony. We'll be right back.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options and lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
.com/Medicare.
Gifted, buy it, or DIY it. The holidays begin at Lowe's with your choice of a DeWalt 20-volt max drill, impact driver, sander, or oscillating toolkit for $99. Even save on select major appliances, plus free local delivery over $396. Make more holiday at Lowe's. Home to any budget, home to any possibility. Appliance offer restrictions and other fees may apply. See store details. Valid through 11/17. DeWalt offer while supplies last. Available on Lowe's.com everywhere. Valid 10/28 through 22. U.S. only.
Listen up, OKC. Over this past year, I know you've heard about it. You've probably even thought about it, but you failed to act on it. And if you don't act soon, you're going to miss your chance to hit it big with your trade only at Boomer Kia. Right now, your vehicle could be worth crazy amounts. If it's only a few years old and has less than 40,000 miles, it could be worth more now than when it was new. What do you do when a stock price is high? You sell it. Boomer Kia wants your vehicle, no matter the brand or the condition. Boomer Kia will pay off your trade no matter what you owe and will give you cash for your car today. So make the switch to a brand new Kia with zero money down, 0% interest, and zero payments for 6 full months. Only at Boomer Kia. Worried about your credit? Don't be. Get pre-approved instantly, all without hurting your credit. Click the iPrecheck banner at boomerkia.com. I'm James Wade, General Manager here at Boomer Kia. I'm here every single day. If you're not 100% satisfied, don't leave. See me.
With approved credit with KMF. Deferred payments by dealer. Interest accrues date of sale. 0% for 60 months. 1666 cost per thousand. Example 2021 Kia Forte plus tax tag and license. Expires 10/5/21.
Life doesn't wait when you're experiencing bone or joint pain. So if there's something you've been wanting to do but your body's holding you back, it's time to take action. The orthopedic experts at SSM Health Bone and Joint Hospital help people find relief and get moving again. Don't wait any longer. Schedule an appointment. Call 405-218-2530. SSM Health Bone and Joint Hospital at St. Anthony. We're Saints in Action, helping you get back in action.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Big O's Pork and Dreams post-game show. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods here. Gary, we saw a Falcon team kind of show us what they have been most of this season. They've had all the good intentions. We saw a lot of positive things in the first half, but in the second half of the game, it kind of slipped away a little bit.
Yeah, you know, one of the things, though, that I really appreciated was how well they did play in the first half. I mean, anytime you can end the half against the number one team in the district and you know that you're playing with an extremely young team and the score is 9-8, you're definitely doing a lot of things well. And also defensively, they did a great job of not allowing a drive in the first half by Crossings Christian. But yet they were actually, Millwood was actually able to put together a drive and kind of made a ball game out of it. And then, of course, the halftime came, the festivities, second half came out. It was a different ball game.
And the statistics to back up that. Remember, Millwood had 98 yards of total offense in the first half. Crossing Christian only had 46.
Right.
And the second half, the really ugly numbers are this. Crossing Christian put up 212 yards of total offense in the second half. They completed the game with 258. Millwood had 98 at the end of the first half, only had 3 yards of net offense in the second half. And that makes it difficult to overcome. Those are the problems and the circumstances that they had to overcome today. The brightest spot for the team overall today was Xavier Thompson, who had 4 receptions for 47 yards. And you talk about other things to build on. You know you have talent. You know that the ability is there. Millwood just have to have a little bit more time to incubate that and put it together.
And don't forget about the individual effort by Alonzo the Hitman Henderson, right?
Yes.
He was able to get his hands on a pass and was able to return it for a touchdown.
88
pick
yards.
six, 88 yards.
Yes, and I think that's and I think personally, because he is the senior, Hit the Man Henderson will get it. Big O's Pork and Dreams. Treat yourself to the best barbecue in Oklahoma City. It's Big O's Pork and Dreams, home of the famous Fat Butt, also known as the Big Nasty. I'm interested in one of those right now.
That's right.
That is a loaded potato with a spare rib on top. Also, get their loaded nachos, man. And the barbecue pizza is out of the off the chain as well.
Those are good and nasty, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They have an Edmond location, and they just opened up one now in Midwest City. If you need to get more information about it, 405-657-2235. Tinker Federal Credit Union, want to thank them for being one of our sponsors tonight. The Kitchen by B&B Catering, David Threet's Hair Care Cafe, Chris and Christy Harrison of Heritage Funeral Home, Wing Supreme, the Block Chronicle newspaper, First Security Bank, Super Prep, Heart and Soul 92.1 and Power 103.5, and Langston University. And speaking of Langston University, there's only a small game tomorrow, Gary.
Yeah, right. I mean, big time. Langston University versus
Arizona Christian.
Arizona
number
Christian.
Number 18 versus number 24. This is a very, very big game for Langston tomorrow.
That's right.
They need to come out. They need to win that game.
At home. What time is the kickoff?
2 o'clock kickoff. And if
Right.
you can't make it, tune us in at 1:30 tomorrow. We'll be more than happy to bring you all the action.
At Anderson Stadium. If they win this game tomorrow, Mo, that's one step closer to a conference championship.
And also putting it in for the playoffs as well.
That's right.
So we'll get out of here tonight, and you guys enjoy the rest of your Friday evening. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm Maurice Prince of Gary Woods. Want to thank our production team, see Neil holding it down here locally, and also want to thank Shakespeare for holding it down in studio. So we're going to wrap it up tonight. Guys, have a great Friday night. Stay warm. It's a little cool outside.
Yes, it is.
And we'll talk to you guys soon, as Millwood basketball is just right around the corner. You've been listening to Millwood Falcon Football.